Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Welcome to Monday. Welcome to a week where the New York Knicks play basketball. It's been a while. We'll get to the Knicks, who now know who their first-round opponent will be at Madison Square Garden tomorrow night. It is Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Kenny Atkinson, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll get to that as the show rolls on. But we had ourselves, it wasn't pretty, it was very ugly, but a very entertaining Subway series. And the first thing I need to ask to some of my fellow Met fans is, do you feel like an idiot if you left that game early yesterday?
You have to.
Because when Tyrone Taylor hit that 3-run home run, which I'm still stunned by, and we'll get to the Yankee perspective on things, the Met perspective on things, we'll mix them both. But I could tell you right now, Teak, 8,000 Met fans left the building before Tyrone Taylor hit that 3-run home run.
It was weird to listen to because it felt like there was no reaction to it.
Because, A, we were stunned.
Of course.
And B, and like I partially get it. It's a Sunday afternoon. There's going to be a lot of traffic. The LIRR is having their strike.
Yep.
You're with your kids. Maybe your kid's tired. Maybe your kid's hot. So I'm not shaming anybody for leaving early.
No, but you should have stayed.
You should have stayed. I'm also wondering, like, are you regretting it right now? Do you feel like an idiot right now? Are you apologizing to your kids right now? Because there were a lot of empty seats when Tyrone Taylor hit that shocking 3-run home run. And then obviously an inning later, the Mets win it on the walk-off fielder's choice. That was a stunning moment, though. And I think it was a stunning moment for Met fans. I don't know how stunning it was for the Yankee fan because you're losing confidence in David Bednar by the day.
Yeah, I think it's more frustrating for the Yankee fan. And again, they're 9 games over 500. Ultimately, we think they're going to be fine, but you can't keep losing series or games in this walk-off type fashion and trusting your closer. We talked about their bullpen and how David Bednar seemed to be the one kind of solid. Maybe he's not. Maybe when the trade deadline comes, he's going to one that gets pushed back into a setup role and they bring in another closer at this point. But my thought it was as I'm watching this game, and by the way, we're outside. We're waiting for cheer reveals with my girls.
Cheer reveals.
I'll tell you, we'll get into the story a little bit later, but it's a beautiful day outside.
Yeah.
But it's hot. It's like 80-something degrees outside. I look at David Bednar on the TV screen. We're watching it in town at a bar, and I'm like, dude, he's got to be dying. He's got long sleeve shirt on. Obviously, he's got his Yankee gear on. He's got long sleeve sleeves under that thing.
Right.
I'm thinking, how is he not dying? And then as he gets into that inning and he's got 2 on, and I'm just saying, he's tired. He's worn out because he's overdressed for 84-degree day, and the sun just beats on you. There's no shade on a baseball diamond. You're just getting beat on by the sun, and then he just hangs this little sweeper or whatever the heck it was.
First pitch curveball that hung.
Right over the plate.
Yep,
I'm like, of course he did that. He's tired. He couldn't muster the energy. And so it probably wasn't the case, but that's the first thing I thought.
No, I get you.
His attire made him give up a 3-run home run to Tyrone Taylor, of all people.
He's also just been bad now for about a month.
True.
I mean, David Bednar just hasn't been good. Even when he came in a Friday's game in a non-save situation, he made things difficult. Like, it wasn't exactly an easy inning for David Bednar on a Friday night.
No, but he always does that. Like, he always gives himself traffic.
No, I get you.
And then he always gets out of it.
He tends to, but he also gave up a walk-off home run last weekend to the Brewers, and now this was an implosion. And, you know, it's funny, as the Mets were putting together what I thought at the time was a fake rally, because I never thought in the bottom of the 9th inning they were going to rally, especially knowing in the back of my mind the Mets don't rally. Like, the Mets don't come back in the bottom of the 9th inning. We all know about the streak that finally ended yesterday, dating all the way back to the Pete Alonso game against Devin Williams in the wild card game, the last time the Mets came back while trailing going into the bottom of the 9th inning. So we have been conditioned as Met fans to not expect rallies. So even when they got the first 2 guys on base, I thought it was a fake rally. But I was pondering in my head, as Tyrone Taylor was coming up, I started to do the show in my head. I started to not do the Rico because I knew what I was going to say on the Rico. I was thinking of this show and what I would say as a Yankee fan, because I try to put myself in the shoes of other fans. It's the best way to talk about them. And here's what I thought as a Yankee fan as Tyrone Taylor was coming up. I was thinking, wow, We've really played like crap the last 3 days. Aaron Judge didn't drive a run in. He was a non-factor.
Yep.
I got a major problem behind the plate with Austin Wells. David Bednar makes me nervous. And despite all of that, I'm going to win 2 out of 3 and beat the Mets. That's what was going through my mind.
Yeah.
Like, I have just played this awful 3-game series,
right,
and that's going to almost make me feel better as a Yankee fan that, wow, I won a series despite all this crap, despite the Mets handing me stuff, whether it's Carson Benz dropping a fly ball on Saturday or Bo Bichette dropping a pop-up on Sunday. Like, that was my thought when I assumed the Yankees were going to win this game. We're playing like crap, but my God, we won 2 out of 3. And then they didn't.
Right.
And now I think those concerns, they feel realer. They feel stingier because you not just lost 2 out of 3 to the Mets, you lost 2 out of 3 to the Orioles. You got swept by the Brewers. This road trip, if we include the Met portion of the road trip on the road trip, they went 2-7. They're playing bad baseball. And there's a difference sometimes between playing bad baseball, like Aaron Judge had a bad weekend. Okay, no biggie.
Right.
There's a difference between that and real concerns.
Yes.
David Bednar and Austin Wells, specifically those two guys, those are real concerns.
They're real concerns, and there's not an obvious or easy answer to correct them on the current roster. And so you have to start thinking about down the line when you're going to make some type of change around this for if you're the Yankees. And it doesn't feel urgent. And again, they're 9 games over 500. Yes, they're starting to lose more ground to the Rays, who are now 3 games up, right?
Yep.
And
they play them this weekend.
And they play them this week, so it makes it even more urgent to get themselves back on track. But it is baseball. It is still technically early, and there's a chance that the Yankees turn right back into what they were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it needs to just happen. The problem is that you look at the guys like Giancarlo Stanton, who you hope is available at some point, Jason Dominguez, who has started to find himself a little bit. When are those guys going to be available for you to give you some reinforcements? And it's still an unknown answer. That makes it hard.
Yeah, there are guys coming back that will make you better. There are guys who are just going to be better. Aaron Judge jumps out at me because on the other side as a Met fan, Aaron Judge didn't hurt me. Like, I survived a 3-game series in which Aaron Judge was essentially non-existent. That's a huge victory for an opponent. And that's one of those things as a Yankee fan you're not concerned about. Aaron Judge is going to be fine.
Of course.
Austin Wells, let's just say it, he's unplayable. Like, we have now gotten to the point.
But what are you doing?
No, there is no good answer.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Tiki. That's the problem.
Right.
The problem is we could talk about the Austin Wells problem, and it is one, and we could all address it and raise our hands and say, hey, guys, it's in the middle of May. This extends back to last year. He's not an everyday catcher in Major League Baseball.
No.
And we can all agree with that.
And it's a shame, too, because it felt like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, he could have been that guy.
No, you're right. I mean, it's amazing how young players develop and don't develop. Anthony Volpe's not a Major League shortstop, despite the Mets treating him like Barry Bonds this weekend. Austin Wells is not a Major League catcher, and Ben Rice is a superstar, right? Cam Schlittler's the best pitcher in baseball. So sometimes it goes both ways. The problem with Austin Wells is what you just said. There's no answer.
Nope.
I can't suggest anything great to you on May 18th.
Well, the answer is the obvious one, which I don't want to happen.
Move Ben Rice?
Is to move Ben Rice.
Yeah.
And again, it allows you to, I don't know, put him in it takes him away from where you think he's starting to become a really good player. I'm talking defensively.
You don't want to screw with him.
Obviously, he's a fantastic offensive player. He's hitting over 300. He 15th home run he hit the other day. It's like, so you don't want to move him and get him out of his groove by making him become a catcher. But what else can you do?
In the temporary moment, there's not much you can do.
Yes.
I think when we get closer to July, there's going to be in the big picture catchers available, guys that you could target, and I think that's probably on the Brian Cashman wish list. Like, they got to add a real Major League catcher. Austin Wells isn't. And he put the exclamation point on his struggles by bouncing into a double play in the 10th inning in a spot where the Yankees have to scratch out a run because they can still win the game. Despite Tyrone Taylor hitting that home run, the Yankees can win the baseball game. There's a runner on second, 100%. Nobody out in the 10th. Go win the baseball game.
100%.
It's as simple as that.
Bat on ball.
Yeah.
Move a guy over or not, just get a base hit.
I think the answer to the Austin Wells and potential David Bednar problem comes with Brian Cashman making a big move in late July. But in this moment, as the Yankees get set for what is, believe it or not, a pretty pivotal homestand against division rivals, including Tampa Bay over the weekend, right now there is no better option. No. Austin Wells is the catcher. He just is. Can they move Ben Rice over there maybe more often? He hasn't caught it all this season. Like, can he catch once or twice a week? That'd be a good thing. But to your point, you don't want to risk screwing up one of the best things going for the 2026 New York Yankees, which is Ben Rice.
Yeah, that's right.
And every time people question this, they say, hey, do you think it hurts a player to bounce all over the diamond? It's been asked about Brett Beatty.
Yeah.
Hey, does it hurt Brett Beatty that he's playing right field and first base and second base? And now that he's playing third base every day, Brett Beatty's been better.
Right.
Is that a coincidence?
Because he knows exactly what his expectation is defensively.
Yeah.
It allows him to just dial in at the plate, and he's having a better run of the season.
And maybe it is helping him.
Of course.
So if that's
Especially
the case.
for young players.
Absolutely.
Especially for young players.
So if that's the case, as much as Ben Rice can catch, do you want to risk that your second best hitter may be affected by this?
I don't. I can't make myself think that that's good for him. I don't think it's good for him.
Well, let's reach step one, Yankee fans. We just admit we have an Austin Wells problem.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a solution yet, but we have an Austin Wells problem. We have a growing David Bednar problem. The good news is you are still 9 games above 500. You're still only 3 games out of first place. And so what? Met fans talk crap for 24 hours.
Right.
That's all we can do. Now, as far as we're concerned,
right,
the Met fan.
Yeah, the Met fan still has to worry about getting to 500.
We got a lot of work to do.
Still got work to do.
We got a lot of work to do.
You're on your way. That's a good thing.
And this was awesome. And I'll tell you what was awesome about it. It wasn't shutting up Yankee fans, because I actually found myself very disconnected between the Met-Yankee rivalry. And I was at all 3 games. So I was around Yankee fans. I was surrounded by Yankee fans.
What do you mean by that? Disconnect.
What I mean by that was I was more excited about the win and the 5 out of 6 on the homestand and the 6 under 500 and actually coming back in the bottom of the 9th inning. I was more excited about that than talking trash to Yankee fans. Like the Yankee aspect of it was, for me, I'm one guy talking, more of an afterthought than it's ever been.
Right.
Like I have zero urge to make fun of Sean Morash. Now, the truth is, Sean's out today.
Yes.
What a coincidence. The Yankees lose 2 out of 3.
What up, Nico?
I'm just kidding. Nico, who's a Met fan filling in, how about that, is going to do a great job filling in for Sean. And honestly, Sean had, a prior engagement.
Yeah.
I think it was a funeral.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make light of Sean not being here.
Right, condolences.
But I don't have an urge to make fun of Sean. I don't have an urge to say to Big Mac, go get him, big boy. It was just very matter of fact. It was a great win. I was excited about it. I was stunned when Tyrone Taylor hit the 3-run home run, and I was absolutely pumped up as a fan. But when I say disconnected from the rivalry, it's just the Yankees were the opponent.
Right.
They were kind of nameless and faceless to me.
Well, it's only because the Mets are still 6 games out of 500, and they're still 11 and a half games out of first. Now, you're not even worried about the Braves right now, but you got to get out of the cellar.
Yeah, it's probably part of it.
Now, the good thing is, going into the weekend, what did we say about the Mets? This is the worst team by record in baseball. Mm-hmm. They are no longer the worst team in record.
That's right.
By record in baseball. So it's as good as it feels. This is just it's a baby step.
And they've got
a baby step.
And despite the baby steps that they're taking, and despite a great homestand from a win-loss standpoint, they went 5-1. I mean, that is unbelievable. They need to play better. They're not playing good baseball. Yeah. I mean, Bo Bichette can't be dropping pop-ups. Carson Bench can't be dropping pop-ups.
Bench, I mean, he's young. I get it.
Bro.
The Bo Bichette one, that was inexcusable.
See, I think the Bench one was worse.
Well, Bench, because he was coming into it.
It was his ball.
But Bo Bichette was going out into the outfield. I get it, but still, you're a veteran.
No, you can, and especially when you also suck at the plate.
Right.
See, at least Carson Bench made up for his horrible play because he's been hitting. He's been an infusion of youth at the top of the batting order. Bo Bichette has been an all-time disaster for the New York Mets offensively.
Right, making $42 million a year.
So it makes matters worse when he drops a pop-up, but the Mets need to be better. Freddy Peralta's got to go deeper into games. Their defense needs to clean it up. They still are lacking some big hits from some of their bigger players. So they have a lot of room to improve, and obviously the Clay Holmes injury was horrible for him, horrible for his teammates, and horrible for
my
us.
Fantasy team.
And horrible for Tiki's fantasy team. So they got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But they won 5 out of 6. And the most encouraging thing.
That's all you can worry about.
It's about wins.
It's about wins.
It's like when you lose, but you're playing well. It's about losing.
You probably need to put 5 out of the next 7 together.
100%.
To make you feel like, all right, we have now made up for that ridiculous 12-game losing streak that we had a month ago or half a month ago, and now we can get back to actually trying to get back into this thing.
Yeah, getting to 500 is the first benchmark.
Yep.
It gets you back to respectability, and they've got to do that. I thought the most encouraging thing, the thing I am most pumped up about from yesterday's win, And this is because the Mets forced us to do this. They created a muscle in our body called we never come back in games. Mm-hmm. The fact that they actually rallied in the bottom of the ninth inning, something we haven't seen since Pete Alonso did it to Devin Williams in the wild card series.
That's crazy.
Like the muscle memory we have as Met fans is if they're trailing in the ninth inning, they're likely to go down 1-2-3. Mm-hmm. Or they're likely to just not come back. And for them to come back the way they did, and it wasn't Juan Soto who came up with 2 on and nobody out and grounded out. Wasn't him. Wasn't Mark Vientos who was swinging for the fences. It was a 4th or 5th outfielder like Tyrone Taylor. That was a magical moment. And hopefully it's something they can build off of, but that was stunning. I mean, I almost fell out of my chair. I had my bag packed. I was letting Spence know, all right, game's going to end. We're going to fly the hell out of here because anyone who left early, I get why you do it. You do it to beat traffic. Yeah. I also like to beat traffic. The way I beat traffic is as soon as the game is over, I fly out of there.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't wait around.
Right.
So I was packed and ready to go. And luckily, I got to unpack because Tyrone Taylor hit a stunning 3-run home run.
Yeah, then you take your time.
Yeah, at that point, I did take my time.
Right.
Actually, you know what? I don't even think I did. Like, after the game-winning hit.
You're right, I'm out.
After the game-winning fielder's choice.
Yeah.
I pointed. I said, look, they're celebrating. They're celebrating. I was like, let's get the hell out of here. Look, who wants to sit in traffic after you go to a sporting event?
Nobody.
So I get that. But I'm telling you, and there's a lot of you people out there, and I'm not shaming you. We're going to have a conversation. It's like a therapist. You left early. I saw you leave early. Mm-hmm. And you missed probably the best Mets win they've had since the magic of 2024.
Right.
Because even last year when they won a lot of games early, they didn't have magical wins.
No.
They didn't have those amazing moments like they have on that documentary on SNY. And the Mets finally were able to supply that to their fans, something we just haven't seen a lot of. So we'll get to your phone calls. Yankee fans, your level of concern.
We're really good.
And Met fans, how you feeling after this incredible Subway Series victory? The toll-free number is 888-808-1019. We'll get to the basketball situation later because we now know the Knicks' first-round opponent, and we've got breaking news from 30 years ago revolving our 2 local football teams. 888-808-1019. Right now it's time for the Yankee turning point of the game. We'll take the first call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN, and you will receive a $100 Wendy's gift card. It's from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's, and your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. HSS is ranked number 1 in orthopedics for 16 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report, and is the official hospital of the New York Knicks, Brooklyn Nets, and New York Liberty. When you choose HSS, you're receiving the best orthopedic care you can get. Basketball requires speed, agility, and precision, and their specialists understand the demands of the game, providing expert care to help you recover and return to the court. Whether it's a recreational league or professional arena, most major insurance plans are accepted. Learn more or make an appointment at hss.edu.
And this portion of the show is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer and by Bet365.
The Jays play the Yankees, 7:05 tonight.
Going, and go!
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the action. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan, 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always available en Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the Odyssey app.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. Right now is the time to make sure that your current cooling system is ready for hot weather. You don't want it to fail when it's 90 degrees out, and if it's over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now from my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's air conditioning experts and have been for decades. Take it from me. These guys have done plenty of work on my house. You'll save money and stay cooler. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
Guys, let's keep it simple. There are two things you probably should be doing: taking care of your health and doing something that actually makes an impact. Here's a way to do both. California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month and get free health and genetic screenings along the way. So yeah, you're getting paid to get checked out, and you're helping families who need it. Efficient, smart, done. Check out spermbank.com to learn more. Apply and see if you qualify.
Don't just watch the big match, experience it in New Jersey. From beaches to wineries, theme parks, and more, New Jersey has it all. Win a trip to our official soccer watch party. Enter to win at Odyssey.com/NJ. That's AUDACY.com/NJ.
Hey, if you have a small business, you might not know you could be wasting money on your business mobile plan, paying for stuff you don't actually need. But with My Biz Plan from Verizon Business, you can choose exactly what you want and only pay for what you need for your business. When you're in control of your mobile plan, you can make every dollar count. Visit VerizonBusiness.com. Do it today to learn more and make the switch. Verizon Business.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
As the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026, Bank of America knows how much hard work it takes to achieve a dream. So when it comes to owning a home, we're here to help. Get guidance and resources to buy a home you love, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
It's the Memorial Funbelievable event at Nielsen Dodge.
You can lease a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram for $299 or under.
Choose from hundreds of new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $299 a month. Yes, just $299 per month.
Or choose from hundreds of certified pre-owned vehicles. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade-in.
Under $299, that's fun-believable.
Drive away today for just $299 or under on Route 10 in East Hanover, online at nielsendodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of deal sales event. With approval, term 36 months, due at signing, $52.99, add tax time, $4.98, doc, and DM fee.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy, delicious hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation at times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
And now we move on from the Subway Series because the Yankees immediately return home to take on the Blue Jays. And the Mets go down I-95 to take on the Washington Nationals. But on Friday, when we were doing our show from the MLB store, at the very end of the program, we made our predictions on how we thought the Subway Series would play out. So let's hear how we did from Friday afternoon.
Real quick, Subway Series results. Go.
Mets take 2 out of 3.
Mets take 2 out of 3. Tiki.
Yankees sweep.
Yankees sweep. I'm going to go with the Yankees 2 out of 3.
So Tiki is the most wrong. Sean gets a little bit of a victory. And I was about to be right until Tyrone Taylor hit a 2-run home run. But I thought this question was actually really interesting. It was posed by Sean when he asked us about the former Yankees in this series. Take a listen.
What former Yankee has the best weekend this year?
Juan Soto.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Juan's, at least it looks like he's breaking out of it. Hit a home run yesterday. I would think that Juan Soto is going to exact revenge.
I think Clay Holmes throws a gem tonight.
You think so? That'd be nice. We'll see.
Well,
that's a shame.
I would say that both of us were pretty wrong. Now, Juan Soto wasn't bad. He hit the home run in game 1 and then got on base 4 times on Saturday. But again, and this is kind of the running issue with Juan Soto, he missed his chance for the big moment.
He's wonderful.
Like, he came up with 2 on and nobody out in the 9th inning and bounced out.
Right.
Now, luckily, he ran down the line, so it wasn't a double play, but Soto continues to just lack that moment.
There's that little it that he always has had from his youngest ages till last year. There was an it. He hasn't found it yet this year.
Not yet.
And it's coming, though.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
And that's
not worried.
That's why you should be even more encouraged. You take most of these last few series, you had a sweep in there, and Juan Soto's not even playing great.
Yeah.
So when he does start playing great, and Francisco Lindor hopefully gets back and he's healthy, you should feel good about where the Mets are.
The 2 former Yankees that exact revenge over the weekend, and you could take your pick on who it stung more for you, is Luke Weaver and Devin Williams.
Yeah, it was the bullpen.
I mean, Luke Weaver does the Houdini act on Saturday night after the Carson Bench drop to escape a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam holding a 2-run lead, and then comes back for the next inning and pitches a scoreless 8th, and Devin Williams on back-to-back nights.
Right.
So the question would be more for the Yankee fan, which former Yankee pissed you off the most? Devin Williams or Luke Weaver?
I think it's probably Devin Williams.
You think so?
Yeah, because you expected him to have it in one of those 2 moments on Saturday or last night. You thought that Devin Williams was going to be Devin Williams.
I got the
and instead he was Devin Williams from Milwaukee.
Nah, he was. He was the good Devin Williams. We did not see the bad Devin Williams. And Luke Weaver only did it 1 time, right?
Yes.
Devin Williams did it multiple times. I know who we should ask. How about the biggest Yankee fan crazy boy out there, John and Maspeth? Hey, John, how you feeling?
John?
How's it going, fellas?
All's well.
Mets fans, congrats on the World Series victory. Yankees fans, relax. You know, I've been reading on social media, Yankees fans are flipping out, going crazy, this and that. You know, listen, the American League is wide open for our taking. We're going to take the American League. I'm not going to guarantee it. Go ahead.
John, I'm very curious, and I want you to be honest. This is not a trolling question. It's more a curiosity question. Which former Yankee made it sting more, Luke Weaver or Devin Williams?
I would say I really can't even answer that because it didn't really – I mean, maybe Devin just because I would have liked to see him choke.
Right.
But I guess but I guess that might happen soon eventually, but it can't happen all the time.
No, you can't take the easy way out by saying neither.
I think he's taking the easy way out because there wasn't Devin didn't really. He just did what he was supposed to do.
Well, but he did a great job, especially yesterday. He comes in with the runner on second, nobody out. I know it's the bottom of the order. He didn't give up a run.
Yeah, but I think you also, at that point, as a Yankee fan, you're blaming yourself. Like, you're blaming your own team.
I totally get that.
Like,
yes.
Devin Williams just comes in and he does what he's supposed to do. Whereas the Yankee fans like, dude, we did this to ourselves, man. We shot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, so we did the opposite on the Rico yesterday, naming the star of the series, and it was actually a debate between Luke Weaver and Devin Williams. And what puts you over the top on Weaver was that after the bench drop, it felt like the world was collapsing on the Mets. It felt the world was laughing at the Mets. And it felt like that game was going to turn. It was going to be a horrible loss. And then they'd lose Sunday, and it'd be a sweep. And we'd all remember the Carson bench drop.
Yep.
And Luke Weaver was the one to erase that.
No, I think you're right. It is Luke then. When you put it that way, it was Luke Weaver.
But I also think Yankee fans don't dislike Luke Weaver. They ended up disliking Devin Williams.
Because Luke was never really the closer. Well, like he filled that role for... What season was that? Whichever season that was.
In the World Series.
The World Series season. Like, he filled that role.
For a month.
But you didn't think, you never felt like, this is our closer for life. Like, you just knew it was a temporary solution that just happened to be working out for Weaver. And so you still had this affinity for him. Because it's not like Brian Cashman said, he's our reliever going into the next season. They signed Devin Williams.
I also think that Yankee fans never, they like Luke Weaver.
Right.
Like, he's a likable guy.
Right.
But, those were the two former Mets, to the question that Sean asked on Friday. Or the two former Yankees currently on the Mets that had the most success. Because Juan Soto, even though he got on base like 6 times in a row, again, didn't feel like it had the major impact. Mm-hmm. And what other former Yankees am I missing? I'm trying to think of all the former Yankees we have. Who else do we have? Oh, Clay Holmes.
Clay Holmes.
And unfortunately, Clay wasn't good. Let's not excuse the bad performance and blame it on the injury. He also was shaky.
Right.
2 outs and nobody on in the third inning. He let the game slip away. Unfortunately, when you're facing Cam Schlittler, there's no margin for error.
No.
He continues to be utterly brilliant, Cam Schlittler. So Holmes wasn't great either. Let's go to Al in New Jersey. What's up, Al?
Hey, guys. How are you?
We're good.
Good.
First off, that line that John just said, congrats on your World Series, that's the most tiredest line. When you guys were winning World Series in the 90s, you could say that. Right now, you beating us would have been your World Series as well. So, we could stop with that. Anyways, I don't know if you remember, I was the one who called last week when they called up A.J. Ewing to compare to the 15, the run that's going to be coming. You kind of brushed that away. How do you like me now?
I still don't see it. I mean, I hope you're right. Obviously, I'm rooting for A.J. Ewing to be a part of this comeback, but it still feels different than 2015. Call me back when they're in the World Series.
Let's put our money where our mouth is. If you totally don't believe that the Mets will be making the playoffs this year, how about this? If some odd chance they do, me and you go to the Met game together. The playoff game.
I can't take it to a playoff game. And that's no offense to you, because what do I tell Spence? What do I tell my dad? What do I tell my kids? I can't do that. I'll do something else for you, though. I'll take you to a Brooklyn Nets game.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
all right.
Oh, wow, he's accepting that easily.
You're a Net fan,
Are
too?
you a Net fan, or you
I'm
just...
actually Ev, I'm from the 9 Net fans that there are. Mets and Nets. That's it.
No, you know what, Al? We got ourselves a deal.
I hope he's a Giant fan.
Oh, yeah, I know. He needs some winning in his life. That's so funny. That was a throwaway line. Like, I'll take you to a Nets game. And he's like, great.
All right, that works.
Look, I'm being realistic. And I'm certainly not always right, and I want to be wrong. I don't believe in this team.
Yeah, what is the wild card right now? I mean, it's so early to even think about it.
Tiki, it's never too early to think about that, and I'm going to depress you right now.
Okay.
So currently in the National League, and a lot can change, the St. Louis Cardinals are the third wild card team at 27-19, which means the Mets are 7 games back.
Right.
Okay? Not good. It's a lot of games back. But here's where I get angry and depressed. The record of the third wild card team in the American League. That team is the 22-24 Texas Rangers. The New York Mets would be 2 games out of a playoff spot if they resided in the American League. But because they're in the National League, they're 7 games back.
Wow, the American League. I know we said this a week ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago, how bad the American League is. This is. I don't know if it's historically bad, but the White Sox, and that's only because they're 7-1 over their last 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
The White Sox are in the postseason right now.
That is correct, yes.
That is ridiculous.
That is correct. The third wild card team is a team 2 games under 500, and the division leader in the American League West is at 500. Will that change? Probably. Not suggesting it's going to finish this way. But when you look at the standings, if you wake up this morning as a Met fan saying, hey, where are we in the standings? I'm telling you, 7 games back in the National League, but if they were in the American League, they would be 2 games back.
Right, and there's a lot of teams that jump in the National League.
Look, don't overthink the standings.
No, I'm not. It's way too early to be looking at it. You can't even make a big deal about it, but it's just for a perspective on where you actually sit right now, the Mets are not in a good spot despite playing pretty good baseball.
They have a lot of work to do.
Lots of work.
And I would disagree with that last statement. I don't even think they're playing that well. Like, they're winning games, and that's great.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, just finding ways to win.
Yeah, I think they've got to be better.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. They had 2 drop pop-ups this weekend.
Yeah, but they won 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, who have the second best record or whatever it is, third best record.
I understand. They also, as a pitching staff, walked 9 guys yesterday.
Right.
Like, it wasn't exactly the prettiest baseball.
No, the Yankees still have the second best record in the
Yes,
American
in the
League.
American League.
They've
Yes,
been
yes,
terrible.
yes. Yeah.
3-7 of the last 10.
That is correct.
And they still have the second best record.
That is correct. The problem is the team with the first best record
is also in the division.
Is in their division in the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, and never loses.
Let's go to Jack in Hoboken. What's up, Jack?
Morning, Evan. How's it going?
Good, man. What's up?
It's funny. I think I was the second AJ Ewing caller after the last caller last week as well, so you just can't get rid of us.
I love it.
Oh, you love some AJ Ewing. How can you not?
I love AJ Ewing, too. I hope he does lead them to the postseason. I just don't think that that's going to happen. What do you want from me?
So I don't want to throw a party yet because, like you just said, we're still 6 games out of 500 and 7 games out of the wild card. But, Evan, I have our pass for the next 2 weeks.
Go.
To where we can get excited. Ready?
Yes.
Take 3 of 4 in Washington.
Yep.
Take 2 or 3 in Miami.
Yep.
Take 2 or 3 in Cincy.
Yep.
Sweep the Marlins.
500.
You do that,
500.
You're 30 and 29, and it was a buddy who sent me this, so I don't want to plagiarize him, but you're 30 and 29 coming out of May, and then we can start talking.
I agree. I think that if they can do all of that, which is much easier said than done, just go win 3 out of 4 against the Nationals, just go win 2 out of 3 in Miami, go win 2 out of 3 against Cincinnati. Like, if they can do all that, yes, that's the pathway to getting to 500 before the month of June, and at least it makes you feel like it isn't a lost season. I think the fear that I've had, and many Met fans have had over the last few weeks, is irrelevancy, is this season is dead before we get to the summer. And so if they can continue this and win games on this 7-game road trip and get back towards 500, even if they're still 4 or 5 games out of a wild card spot, you feel like, all right, we have a season.
Yeah. Now you just have to do it without Clay Holmes, who was your most consistent starting pitcher, even though Huascar Brazaban and the David Peterson opener combo, that one actually works.
It did.
It continually works.
You know what they need, Tiki? They need Freddy Peralta to be something he's never been.
Yeah.
Which is a guy who goes deep into games.
Well, he labors. I mean, you forget, not struggles, but he's 93 pitches in the 5th inning, or 90-something pitches in the 5th inning, and then he gets in the 6th inning, and it's over for him.
And I wrestle between, this is who he is. Like, Freddy Peralta hasn't pitched into the 7th inning and recorded an out yet this season. Last year, he did it twice.
Right.
Twice, the entire season. The year before that, he did it once. So I wrestle with myself. Like, should I rip someone for not being somebody different than he truly is?
Yeah.
Or should we just say, hey, we're just disappointed that this is who he is, even though his whole track record is he's a 6-inning pitcher. And I thought Howie Rose yesterday laid the hammer down on Freddy Peralta.
Did he really?
Yeah. Howie Rose is at the point in his career, and he's always been this way. It's a part of why Howie's great, where he don't give an F.
Yeah.
He's just going to tell you how he feels. I want you to hear him talk about Freddy Peralta. And I think this is hammer down worthy on Freddie, who unfortunately yesterday pitched 5 innings, was all good, comes out to pitch the 6th inning, walks the first 2 guys.
Yep.
Here is Howie Rose's kind of breaking down Peralta and his inability to go deep into games.
And it is now a 22-pitch first inning for Freddy Peralta, who has occasionally been challenged to go as deep in a game as the Mets would like. He's had 3 outings of 6 innings or more, and he treats a 6-inning outing like it's worthy of a parade.
Oh, wow.
He treats a 6-inning outing as if it's worthy of a parade. That's not me saying it.
That's harsh.
That's Howie Rose.
That's harsh.
That's my man right there.
He doesn't, He doesn't actually. He doesn't actually do that, does he?
No, I think he does. Obviously, a parade is, it's hyperbole. But I think that the end game is, can I get to 6 innings? And while that's acceptable, if this guy wants to be an ace, if he wants to be paid like an ace, then you got to be more than that. So for anyone who says, but Evan, this is who Freddy Peralta is, my answer is, okay, fine. Was he then worth 2 top 100 prospects?
Yeah.
And is he worth an 8-year contract? The answer is no.
5 1/3, 4 2/3, 6 against the Athletics.
Yeah, parade.
5 2/3, 5 2/3, 6
parade
against Washington.
That's a parade right there.
5-6 against Detroit. And so he's gone to 6 innings 3 times.
And how about going past 6 innings? Because 6 innings is, to me, the bare minimum if you're going to be a top-line pitcher. In his career, he's only pitched 7 innings or more like 5 times in the last 5 years. I'm not even making that up.
Right.
Like, that's a real thing. So he just doesn't go deep into games. And at Howie's point, it's a parade if he does. And why that's a big deal, Tiki, is exactly what you said. Clay Holmes is out. David Peterson's being used as a bulk pitcher. Christian Scott right now, who knows how deep in a game he can go. You have nobody in this rotation outside of Nolan McLean who you could have any faith in going deep into a game. So it would behoove the Mets if Freddy Peralta can find it somewhere to actually go deep in a game. Call me crazy.
He just doesn't pitch efficiently enough. I was going to say effective, but it's more efficiently enough. Because of all of these 5-inning outings, 92 pitches, 101 pitches, 193, 95. And this is just the 5th inning.
Yeah.
So there's no way he's getting deeper because he just throws too many pitches because he's not efficient enough.
So the answer is that's not a guy you're giving ace money to. You're just not.
No.
I mean, so it's not get rid of him. It's not he sucks.
Right.
Like his ERA is respectable. He's fine. But I think what you're describing is a 3rd or 4th starter. That's not an ace.
Right.
And right now, especially with the injury to Clay Holmes, they need more than that because it's going to be challenging to this bullpen if every day outside of the games McLean pitches, and even Nolan McLean is certainly no guarantee to go 7 innings every start. He can do it. He's capable of it, but it doesn't mean he's a lock for that. Look, I'll say this about Nolan McLean. Yankee fans, you could save this for now because it can change. For now, in this moment, Nolan McLean is not Cam Schlittler.
No. He's not guaranteed to be dominant.
No.
Cam Schlittler is guaranteed, it seems like so far, to be dominant.
So for now, the Schlittler-McLean debate discussion, it goes on hiatus.
Right.
Can it come back at some point? I hope so.
Right.
But for now, we are declaring a ceasefire. And you are victorious, Yankee fans.
That's a novel idea given what's going on in the world.
You like that? There you go. Let's go to Rich in West Orange. Hey, Rich. Rich.
Oh, hi. Hey,
hi.
I'm there. Yes.
What's up?
Hey. Listen, got to tell you. So, all right, it was the top of the 8th, and Manaea had just, walked in that run.
Yeah,
and I'm with my buddies. Yeah, and we're at that point, I was like, we're out of here. I mean, the Yankee fans weren't that obnoxious around us, but we're like, we're getting out of here. Let's walk around. Maybe I'll buy some merch. Of course, going to the store, everything's overpriced. I'm like, let's just get out of here. We'll just leave. And then we see this one guy with his family, and we're like, wow, he's buying a lot of Doc Gooden stuff. And we're like, holy shit. Excuse my language.
I gotcha. Took care of that. Don't worry, Nico. I'm all over it. Now, you can continue your phone call, but we need to be very careful, Rich, okay? Very careful.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Sorry about
very
that.
careful.
So I'm like, oh, my God, it's Doc Gooden. So we went over to him. We met his family. Nicest guy.
Why was Doc Gooden buying Doc Gooden stuff? Isn't that kind of odd?
I think that's what I thought. So too. I think it was his kids. His kids were with him and stuff like that. I'm not going to be. Listen, he was the nicest guy.
Right. So hold on, Rich. You're in the 8th inning, and Doc Gooden is not watching the game. He's in the store buying gear for his kids of himself.
Can you blame him? We all felt the same way.
That's awesome, though. That's awesome.
We were all, there were so many of us, like you said, leaving the game at that point because, I don't want to see my team you just don't want to see an animal be put out of its misery. I just didn't want to. So he was the nicest guy. We end up saying, and I was like, all right, it was maybe worth leaving. And then we're on I guess it was the Long Island Expressway, and the Mets win. And we're like, and I was like, all right, I'm not, because I was upset about that. We could either be upset that we left early,
Yeah.
or it was meant to happen because at least we got to meet Doc.
So what's your feeling?
And again, like we were. Yeah, say it again.
So
Say it again?
what's your feeling now?
Right.
Are you feeling yourself with regret, or were you happy? Like, how did you handle it then?
No, I looked at it like, it was meant for me to leave. I got to meet Doc Gooden.
There you go.
And all I cared about was we won.
You won,
and
Rich, and you beat traffic.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, like my obnoxious Yankee friends can't say like, "Hey, you guys suck." They're like, "Hey, we kicked your butt."
No, the only thing the Yankee fan can say, and John from Maspeth, who was the leadoff hitter today, said it, was, "It's your World Series," which is a played-out line. Yeah. It's stupid. But that's all you can say because the Mets won the series. Doesn't mean they're the better team. Doesn't mean they're actually going to make the playoffs. It just means in this moment, the Mets won the series.
Yeah,
There's nothing you can say.
Yeah, what you're now as a Met fan, if you're talking to your Yankee brethren, what you're saying is you guys don't know how to finish games.
Yeah.
Seriously. You guys are great.
No, you know what you say? You could use a closer like Devin Williams.
Maybe you should have thought twice about letting Devin walk.
Yeah, so I mentioned it earlier. A lot of Met fans left. And I understand why. You're down by 3 in the ninth. You have no confidence. You have no faith. Manaea walks Anthony Volpe with the bases loaded 2 innings prior. So I get why you leave early. And 99% of the time, if you left a Met game early over the last year and a half, actually 100% of the time, you didn't miss anything.
Yep.
Like, you didn't see anything. But that's the beauty of baseball. It's why I explain to my kids, and my dad explained to me when I was a kid, we never leave early. Like in the 9th inning of Friday night, Jet had a quick comment of, "I think we should leave." To which I reminded him it was fireworks night, which we didn't find out about till the 9th inning. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, we got to stay." But I said to him, "But Jet, the reason we stay is because you never know.
You never know.
Even if 99% of the time it leads to nothing."
Especially when it's rivalry week.
Yeah.
Or weekend, I should say.
Well, because if you come back on the Yankees, you don't forget it.
Right.
Now, we still have the memories of years gone by on great Met Yankee games. And this Tyrone Taylor moment, I don't know if it'll ever pass Matt Franco in 99. I don't know if it'll ever pass that, or for Yankee fans, the Luis Castillo drop in 09. But that's up there. That's a moment right there. Of
course it is.
Especially if the season turns into something for the New York Mets. Let's go to Tom in Pearl River. Hey, Tom.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's
you
up?
know what? It's really funny listening to all this infighting and bickering back and forth, not with amongst you guys, but just amongst the fans over the weekend.
Yep.
And it was actually a Met fan who said something that couldn't have been more spot on. And he said, "Hey, at the end of this day, none of this matters because the Dodgers are much better than both teams, and this is all for nothing." And it's true because I watched the Dodgers against the Angels, and you know what they did this weekend?
I will tell you why. I'll tell you why you're dead wrong, and I'm going to use an analogy that is so perfect on this Monday morning. How many people out there, and you know who you are, and it's people at this radio station too, how many people told us in January and February that, quote, the Knicks aren't in the weight class of the Detroit Pistons? Did we hear that?
Yeah.
Did that exist?
Yeah. And that's only because of what happened in the regular season.
Sure.
It felt like the Pistons are just long and they have a matchup, quote unquote, advantage against the Knicks. They didn't even get there.
What happened?
They led wire to wire.
What happened?
In the East. And they didn't even get to the Eastern Conference Final.
What happened? And here's the moral of the story. The moral of the story isn't that the Dodgers are frauds, because obviously, talent-wise, they're the best team in Major League Baseball.
There's no doubt.
The moral of the story is it's May. Let's get to the tournament and see where the Dodgers are.
Yeah.
And let's see if they have a bad week and get knocked off by the Padres in the divisional series, which is absolutely on the table.
Or get there healthy. Look, they won a World Series not healthy 2 years ago.
Sure. Or they get healthy and they smoke everybody.
Or they could stay healthy and smoke everybody, and Shohei Ohtani pitches to a sub-1 ERA, wins a Cy Young, and then gets his bat back and hits 35 home runs.
That can happen.
That's likely what's going to happen.
Sure.
But it still has to happen because this is baseball.
Yes.
Anything can happen.
And I think the Pistons, even though it's a different sport, it's a different situation, it's a reminder. And I remember saying it at the time. I take some solace in this. When Knicks fans were freaking out in February. It's February.
Right.
What does that have to do with May? May's a different world. You don't know the way the Pistons are going to be playing in May, and you certainly don't know the way you're going to be playing in May. And so while baseball and basketball are different and the Dodgers and Pistons are different, don't hit me with none of this matters. The Dodgers are far better. Yes, the Dodgers are far better. Right now they are.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going to happen.
But not that far better than the Atlanta Braves, who are outrunning them.
That's right.
They scored more runs.
That doesn't make me happy, though. If we have a Braves-Dodgers NLCS, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I'm basically going to, you know what? I think I'd root for the Dodgers.
Really?
Yeah. I hate the Braves.
Yeah.
I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. No, you almost have to.
But the moral of the story is this for Yankee fans and for Met fans.
And Edwin Diaz might be back, so you're kind of rooting for
Well, he shouldn't come back. He was a part of an illegal cockfighting ring.
Did we get any more clarity on that?
No, Major League Baseball did what they did best. They ignored it.
Right.
It didn't happen.
Stuck their head in the sand.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Dodgers. We got nothing to look at here. I mean, it really is a joke. Did Joe Davis say anything about the cockfighting, or did he just too busy laugh at the Mets? Like, what was Joe Davis doing?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joe, any comment on Edwin Diaz and the cockfighting? Any comment? Any comment from Major League Baseball? Or are you going to just be quiet? They're going to be quiet. That's what they do.
Right.
They don't say anything. It's the Dodgers. It's the Golden Kids.
Oh, no, the Mets.
Yeah. Did you hear this?
I did not.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? We'll do it at 11 o'clock when we come back. We need to expose more this fraud Joe Davis. I think I've been on the cutting edge of ripping Joe Davis for being a guy who should be banned from doing national games. He embarrassed himself Saturday night. So we'll get to that coming up in a few minutes, plus more of your calls. But let's guess the Yankee turning point from yesterday's game. This should be a layup, right, Tiki?
Yeah, I think this is a hanging curveball.
I see what you did there. All right, we're going to make it universal. The Yankee turning point was Tyrone Taylor shockingly tying the game up.
Tyrone Taylor, last hope here for the Mets. As Bednar comes set, facing this right-hand hander and a pitch. Swing on a high fly ball deep down the left field line. There's trouble. It is gone! Oh, my goodness! Home run, Tyrone Taylor. We got a tie ball game, folks. Goodness gracious.
I got to hand it to Dave. Dave usually underplays the opposing home run.
Yeah.
That was a pretty big call for Dave.
No, it was a big one, and you could tell his disappointment in it.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I think it's a mix of being disgusted and also being shocked.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be alone. We know Met fans were shocked that Tyrone hit the 3-run home run despite having two previously really good at-bats. Trent Grisham made that diving catch, robbing him of a base hit that could have given the Mets the lead. You still don't think that Tyrone Taylor, as a fourth or fifth outfielder hitting 180, is coming up and hitting a game-time 3-run home run.
But great job by Mendy. You sit down Melendez and put Tyrone Taylor there. He comes through.
He did. And he should have come through 2 innings earlier.
Right.
Like, he had good at-bats. But I think that in Dave's voice, you could hear the shock, the disgust, and the crap. I got to broadcast now for another 20 minutes. Because he's thinking what we're all thinking. I want to go home.
I thought the same thing. I was like, I hate extra. Just win it now.
It's 4:30 on a Sunday. We've been here all weekend.
Right.
I'm ready to go.
I'm waiting for my kids' cheer reveal. Come on. I don't want to be watching this Met-Yankee game.
I wonder if deep down Dave said to himself, when Brett Beatty came up as the next hitter, you know what, Brett, just hit it out. Let's just put us out of our misery.
Yeah, just do another one of those, David.
There's your Yankee turning point. That one was an easy one. We'll come back and expose Joe Davis for being the hateful fraud that he is. Plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019, and we'll preview Knicks-Cavs as the show rolls on as well. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama's making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Tonight, Game 1 of the Western Conference Final in the NBA as Oklahoma City hosts San Antonio. But in reality, this is just Series 1 between these two teams. No squad in the West can match up with either the Thunder or the Spurs moving forward. Not the Lakers, not the Rockets, not the Nuggets, and not the Wolves. This will be the first of many conference finals between OKC and San Antonio. I'm Nick Costos.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's creoninfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Accident victims, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. What do you think matters most when you have to hire the right lawyer? Experience? Well, I've been doing this for 35 years. And I've handled tens of thousands of cases and recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for people just like you. To me, what matters most is that I actually care. I'm going to make sure you have a say in what happens with your case. You, me, and our entire team of over 50 trained professionals are going to fight together to get you every dollar you deserve. Because for me, it's personal. Your pain has a price, and we're going to make sure the insurance company pays. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, and we'll come to you 24/7. So give me a call today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24. And ask for me, John D'Agostino. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
I keep seeing celebrities posts, me in the 90s versus now. Well, the person staring at me in the mirror is definitely not the same person that could pull off bootcut jeans. Time creeps up on us so slowly. You don't see it until suddenly you do. Same thing goes for your bills. $1 here, an uptick there. It's a slow burn until one day you realize the price you're paying now is way higher than when you signed up. But at T-Mobile, customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. And with T-Mobile on their experience plans, you get a 5-year price guarantee, so you know exactly what your plan price will be for the next 5 years. So at least that's one thing that won't change over time. I can't guarantee you'll still look good with frosted tips, but T-Mobile can give you a clear guarantee on your wireless plan.
Lower bills based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Spring is here, and your opportunity to experience Mercedes-Benz has arrived. Enjoy exclusive offers during the Ray Catena Spring SUV Sales Event at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union. Get ready for road trips and weekend escapes in the GLC or GLE. SUVs that deliver the perfect blend of safety, comfort, and performance. Experience the power of 3 at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union, where Ray Catena customer service sets the standard. Visit RayCatenaMercedes.com.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, May 22nd as the Yankees take on the Rays, and come early for a very special giveaway. It's Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey night, presented by State Farm. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey. Don't miss the Yankees and the Rays on Friday, May 22nd for Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey night presented by State Farm. Get your tickets now at Yankees.com/tickets.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long, with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. That's FanDuel.com/New York, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. We just love the app around here. It has all the betting markets you could possibly want. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
Water damage happens fast. So can the cleanup when you call on the restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done, inside and out, at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Get breaking sports news here. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This Fan Focus is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. The Cleveland Cavaliers are headed back to the Eastern Conference Finals thanks to a 125-94 win over the Detroit Pistons. How about Jared Allen? Led the team in scoring with 23 points, shooting 8 of 14 from the field. On the other side, rough night for the Pistons as their season comes to an end, especially for Cade Cunningham and Tobias Harris, who went a combined 0 of 9 from 3. So next up for the Cavs, a date with your New York Knicks. Game 1 is 8 p.m. Tuesday night at MSG.
I was going to the game Tuesday. I've been going to the Eastern Conference Finals Game 1, and I was taking Big Mac. And I texted Big Mac this morning saying, are we good to go? I haven't heard back from him. So if I don't hear back from him, I may have to cut him out. I mean,
why would he not respond to you?
I think his excuse is going to be, I texted him at 6 a.m. Because the way I view text messaging is it's like a voicemail. You can do it anytime.
Right.
Because I assume it's not waking somebody up.
Mm-hmm.
And so Big Mac is going to say, well, you're texting me at 6 a.m. And then he probably then missed it because then his day starts. He's taking his kids to school. And like the text message gets lost in the ether. The good news is I see Big Mac every day. So when he walks in about an hour, I'll be like, are we good to go for tomorrow?
It was Chris McMonaco, his fat ass.
But the reason I'm taking him is because Craig screwed him. Craig promised that he was going to take him courtside to a playoff game. And I heard it. I heard it live.
Right.
Like, it was an absolute promise. And then he changed his mind because his son wanted to go. And I think we all understand taking your son over a coworker.
You would do the same thing.
I would have. Well, here's the difference.
Or you wouldn't put yourself in position to have to
exactly
do that.
I wouldn't make the promise.
Just like the guy who called and wanted to go to the Mets game with you.
Yeah. He said, let's make a bet. Yeah. He said, let's make a bet around a Met playoff game. And my first response was, I can't promise you that.
Right.
I got 2 sons and a dad.
Right.
Like, you're not cutting that line, bro. So that's the difference. Craig didn't think that. He just made a promise that he couldn't back up.
Right.
And so I feel out of loyalty to Big Mac, I will take him to a game, even if it isn't courtside, even if it is literally the exact opposite of coach.
He'll have more fun.
Oh, he definitely will.
He'll have more fun.
Dude, we sit on the Chase Bridge, and I'll be there tomorrow night. The Chase Bridge is where it's at. Like, I think it is one of the most underrated seats to go to a sporting event. You got a table in front of you because we've got the bar stools.
Refreshments right behind you.
Refreshments are literally right behind you. It's dead center court. Yes, you're very high up, but it's the all-22, as you like to say. It is the absolute best view.
Even though that's all 10 in basketball.
You know what I mean? I think you have to use all 22 as a term no matter
Right.
what.
You have to use all 22 and then correct it for what it actually is, number of people on the court.
That's right. So I'll be there tomorrow night, Knicks fans. I'm invading your building. And I will be there. I will be an independent basketball observer.
Will you root Cavs or will you root not at all?
I will internally root for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I will not show my rootingness.
All right, good.
Like the only thing
I would hate for something tragic to happen for you.
You think I'm going to be attacked by a
Yeah, someone might toss you off the bridge.
Come on.
I'm just kidding. Knicks fans aren't that bad.
The only thing I will do, and you tell me if this is okay, is I like Donovan Mitchell. I mean, obviously he's a diehard Met fan. I will cheer for him in the opening introductions. I like Jared Allen. I was dead set against that horrendous trade made by Sean Marks, who we still have no idea why he still has a job.
Yeah, where's the song?
Yeah, we don't need that today. I don't want to put too much on Nico's plate. Bottom line is, Sean Marks, how do you still have a job? No one knows. Good job by Mike Vaccaro asking that question on Twitter earlier today.
Did he?
You're my yeah.
Oh,
it's
nice.
spreading. It's spreading. It's all spreading. Matt. There's no reason for this.
You started, Evan. You started an AI tune. It is now causing real questions to be asked.
But I do want to cheer Jared Allen, and I want to cheer Kenny Atkinson. And then I will boo big fat James Harden with you, Knicks fans. Like, we will be in unison in booing him. And then once the game starts, I'm going to put my hands away, and I'm going to watch the game.
Okay.
The only thing I'm going to do that's going to cause, I think, Big Mac to have issues with me, and maybe you to have issues with me, and maybe some Knicks fans to have issues with me, is should I admit this? You know what?
I mean, you already started it, so you got to go down the road.
I embrace my loserdom, okay? So I don't care what anybody says because a lot of negative things will be said about me for what I'm about to admit.
Okay.
I'm taking my scorebook into the game.
You're not.
So I can finish the Mets game.
No, you're not. Oh, my God, Evan.
I got to finish the Met game. It's a 6:40 first pitch. I got to make sure I got it wrapped up. So my book will be there. And, for the first,
are you going to be watching it on your phone?
Yeah. For the first 45 minutes of the Knicks game, yeah. Got to finish the Mets game. Yeah. Is that okay?
Good thing you have a table in front of you.
Exactly. By the second quarter, the Met game will be done.
Well, at least people will know you're dedicated to your craft.
I'm dedicated to my craft.
The craft of scoring Mets baseball games.
That's right.
You're dedicated to it.
That's right. So, yeah, I look forward to that tomorrow night. Well, by the way, speaking of Jared Allen, and I'll make a bigger deal out of this tomorrow, but I have it on my phone right now. Do you remember what Jared Allen said 3 years ago after the Knicks?
How would I remember that?
You don't remember what he said?
No.
This is what Jared Allen said about playing the New York Knicks in the postseason.
Even for me, the lights were brighter than expected.
Remember that one? The lights are brighter than expected? Yeah.
Is that an admission that he wasn't ready for the moment?
Correct. He admitted that he and probably his teammates were not ready for that moment 3 years ago. The question is, are you ready?
Yeah. Well, I wonder if he was being literal. Like the Madison Square Garden
what?
Are literally brighter.
He had a glare in his eye.
He had a glare. I looked up. I tried to take that shot. I was like, oh, dang, I didn't get my eyeball. Clanked it. Damn it.
Yeah, I don't think that was it. Call me crazy. Now, before we get to your calls, I'm not sure if you're aware of the feud going on between Met fans and Joe Davis. Joe Davis, of course, is the Fox national broadcaster, did the World Series, has done the last few World Series. He's also the Dodger announcer. I've been very critical of Joe because I think he's a Dodger fanboy.
Yep.
And sometimes it comes through on the broadcast. And it bothers me, especially when he goes back and does his Dodger job and he's like the cheerleader at the parade. It's very two-faced, and I don't like it. And I think that Joe Davis needs to be more like Joe Buck. Joe Buck never did that.
Right.
For all the crap that Joe Buck took, Joe Buck was not a fanboy for the St. Louis Cardinals. People looked for it. They looked for things to criticize Joe about. Joe Buck, that is. It wasn't true. The Joe Davis stuff is real stuff. Like, he's sitting there at the Dodger parade talking trash.
Right.
He's the one who made that negative comment about, what was the comment we played 2 weeks ago? It was a diving play by a Dodger player, and he's like, just like the World Series. Like, he took a shot at the Blue Jays. So what he did on Saturday has caused a lot of anger amongst Met fans. And I want to play it for you because I want you to obviously be independent-minded about this. But the Carson Benz drop at the time was an incredible play. A drop pop-up in a Met-Yankee game. It felt like it was going to change the entire complexion of that game. Cody Bellinger hits a fly ball to right center field. Benz drops it. Judge scores. And now the Yankees are set up to come back and possibly tie or take the lead. Joe Davis's call is being widely criticized for being mocking of the New York Mets. Here it is from Saturday night.
Bellinger flies the first one to right center field. Bench drops the ball. Oh no, the Mets. Judges in to score 5-3.
I think the issue is the little chuckle. Because there is a little bit of a chuckle from, oh no, the Mets.
And then he laughs.
Yeah.
Right. That's what that does sound. Because it's not about the moment. It's not about Carson Benz. It's about the Mets.
Yeah, he's doing LOL Mets.
Yeah, this was look, he's a rookie. He's a young player. And he made a mistake. You highlight that, not the Mets. Because he makes it about the larger picture around the Mets.
Yeah, he wanted to do LOL Mets.
Yeah. No, look, if you're not sensitive to it, if you're listening from Philly or anywhere else, maybe not Philly because it's a rival, but let's Florida. You're not a Met fan. You're not really paying attention. You're probably just like, well, he's right. Yeah, the Mets just made a mistake. But if you know the issue, then you hear it differently. I think the lay baseball fan pays no mind to that. Anyone who has any idea about what the Mets go through, meaning the LOL Mets, they hear that and they're like, dude, he's mocking you.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any disputing this. Like, he mocked the Mets in that call. And I guess the defense of him would be he should. Mm-hmm. They're the Mets. Like, you should mock the Mets. I guess that would be the defense. But he laughed at us. He said LOL Mets. I mean, without saying the words LOL, that call was LOL Mets.
Right.
I mean, play it isolated for us, Nico. The Mets.
The Mets.
I mean, listen to that.
Right. Oh, no.
The Mets. I'll tell you what that is. That's called a drop. That's going to live forever now. So he gave us that at least.
It's an actual drop, too.
Yeah. It's a drop. It's a double drop.
The Mets.
Yeah, he was mocking us. And so, Met fans, you're right. And the truth is, Joe Davis is a really good announcer. Mm-hmm. And he's probably a really good guy. But Joe Davis has become a clown for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and we all hear it. And I am not one to do this because, again, I thought Joe Buck was great. I never thought Joe Buck was rooting or hated the Yankees or hated the Mets. I always thought that was BS. I'd argue with my brother-in-law about it because he hated Joe Buck. I never thought Joe Buck did that. I think Joe Davis does. I think he's a Dodger fanboy.
Yeah.
I think he wants to just make love to Shohei Ohtani every time he talks about him. I just get that from him, and I don't know. Yeah. I wish it would stop.
The problem is there's nothing you can do about it.
No.
Because he has a long-term contract and he's good at what he does.
He is good at what he does. That's what makes it tough. Like, I think he's a good broadcaster.
The bias is obvious, though.
He's a very biased broadcaster.
Yes.
And now maybe Joe Davis can change that. He's young enough. Maybe he hears this and says, you know what? I've been reflective. That loudmouth in New York is right. And I'm just going to change my tune on this. And maybe he does. And he's a great broadcaster. And I'll admit it. But for now, I think Joe Davis is a Dodgers shill. And it's obnoxious. And I'd give him this advice. Not that he cares. He doesn't care. Don't go to the Dodger parade and be the MC. It's a bad look. It just is. Like, you're sitting there as the national voice, and now you're pom-pom waving at the Dodger parade?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, there's a conflict of interest that's obvious and in front of your face, and he doesn't even try to hide it.
Yeah, I don't think he cares. Like, I think Joe's probably laughing.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I mean, from his perspective, he shouldn't. But if someone who's not a Dodger fanboy, you're going to look at it and say that's bias. And you're going to hear it now because you're aware of it.
Yeah. And the other thing that Met fans were angry about, and I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do the whole exercise. But if you listen to the other calls that were pro-Mets, he was very quiet and not as excited. Which may be looking into it a tad much. But there were feelings like, why wasn't he excited on the call? Why didn't he mock the Yankees on the Carlos Rodon wild pitch and then error? Like, that was a circus play. Every Yankee fan knows that. They were mad at Rodon, and he did not go, oh, the Yankees. He didn't do that. So, he is what he is. He annoys me.
Clearly, I can tell.
I know. I got to get over it. The
problem is you get a national broadcast and you're going to hear him.
I know. What bothers me is I actually think he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
Like, when he broadcasts and gets that stuff out, like, I think Joe Davis is a really good announcer. It's just, that stuff just pisses me off. Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019. Jeff is in Hamilton, New Jersey. What's up, Jeff?
How are you?
Good.
So, I'm not sure if it was Morash or Lugauer who said that this team reminds him of the '98 Yankees. Who said that?
That would be Sean Morash made that comment. Yes.
Okay, well, that is one of the most ridiculous comments I've ever. Listen, I'm 52 years old. I remember 1977, 78 vaguely. That is one of the most ridiculous comments I've ever heard on the time I've spent on this planet. Like, the '98 Yankees were everything that this team is not. That team was clutch. That team had contact hitters. I mean, we have one person hitting over 300 right now. That team was, I feel like it was probably, not that Joe was a better manager, but I just feel like the team was constructed better.
Jeff, I'll help you out. The '98 Yankees is the greatest baseball team I've ever seen. I think it's an insult to compare anybody to the '98 Yankees, let alone a team that may not win its own division. Now, Sean isn't here today, but I've heard his defense because he argued it with us in our text chat, and he's doing it on Twitter. Mm-hmm. What Sean will say is, I didn't say that. David Cohn said that. That is absolutely not true. Sean, early in this season, said they remind me of the '98 Yankees. I got offended because I think the '98 Yankees, like I said, is the greatest team ever. And then he took great solace in the fact that both Joe Girardi and David Cohn have made implications that there are comparisons between that team and this team. But Sean cannot hide from the fact that he did argue that they remind him of the '98 Yankees.
And I don't think he's saying that they are the '98 Yankees. He's saying the construction of the team and how they were playing early in the season feels like the '98 Yankees. Now, they're not going to be, because that team was just, it was better constructed.
They won 114
This team
games.
is not going to do that. And baseball is not the same as it was 28 years ago. So obviously they're not going to be the '98 Yankees, but Sean's going to take crap for that as long as the Yankees have games like this.
Look,
or series in a row like this.
The Yankees have flaws. I still think talent-wise they're the best team in the American League, and I think they're the best team in the American League by a pretty good margin. Last year it was close. I don't think it's particularly close. I give Tampa Bay credit for the start they're off to, and I just have a tough time buying them.
Yeah.
I mean, be honest.
Well, I mean, they have good pitching, so that's what you have to look at them and say that maybe this is sustainable. But it's a long season,
and this is what Tampa does. To their credit, they always overachieve with talent that doesn't match the New York Yankees. But the Yankees clearly have flaws. And one of the biggest flaws that they have right now is not just the bottom of the order and the fact that they're starting a catcher who's not a major league catcher. One of their biggest flaws right now is that they don't have a closer you can trust.
No, they don't. And their rotation is it's good, but Carlos Rodon is not Carlos Rodon from a year ago. Max Fried is now out for an indeterminate amount of time. I know Garrett Cole is coming back, but do we really know when? It's just it feels like there's reserves that are going to come and replenish this thing, but you don't know when.
Let's go to Vince in Pennsylvania. What's up, Vince?
Hey, Evan. Thanks for taking my call. Huge fan.
We appreciate it.
I get the pessimism with the Mets. They have a long way to go, even for a wild card spot. So I guess my question is, with the series win against the Yankees potentially creating some momentum for the season, what do you think happens when, Lindor returns? And if Polanco's in the mix as well, how are they going to handle, playing time for Beatty and Vientos, who, will have no clear positions, and they're starting to play a lot better and get, better at that.
Those guys are so far away from coming back that it's even tough to formulate an answer because so much is going to happen between now and Lindor coming back that I could give you an answer as if Lindor walked through the door tomorrow, which would be he's the shortstop, Bichette goes back to third, and Beatty is DHing. Like, that's my short answer. But Lindor's not coming back for months.
No.
I don't know if the Mets are in a pennant race in months. I don't know if Beatty is hitting in months.
Right.
I don't know if guys are healthy in months. So Francisco Lindor and Jorge Polanco are two guys that you almost have to forget exists because they're not coming back anytime soon.
Yeah, it's a shame, too, because the one thing you came to rely on was Francisco Lindor being available. Mm-hmm. He never didn't play. Even what was the thing where he's sliding door?
Yeah, he missed a day.
Or not even
in LA, right?
Right, and so you could count on him to always play. He's going to give you a Gold Glove defense, even though he's not 1-1 at shortstop. And then ultimately, you knew that eventually his bat was going to come alive. Now you can't count on that. So it's all young kids. It's all the young players, and in some ways that's a good thing because these guys, Carson Bench and AJ Ewing, they're getting real experience. having to be counted upon. And honestly, they're performing.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Well, right now, there's a lot of guys who know, like Brett Beatty and Mark Vientos and A.J. Ewing and Carson Bench. They know they're in the lineup every day. And that's awesome. That can help their growth. There's one spot on this team, we'll call it the DH spot. Sometimes it's left field when Soto DHs. That is a complete black hole.
Right.
Because it's M.J. Melendez, who has stopped hitting. It's Austin Slater, and it's Tyrone Taylor. Right. And despite Tyrone hitting the home run yesterday, we all know he's a fourth or fifth outfielder. So they've got one everyday spot that you look at and say, God, I wish there was someone.
Right.
That's where, yes, Polanco coming back would be great. So is it a prospect? Is it calling up Ryan Clifford or Nick Morabito? Who is it? Is it just saying Tyrone Taylor, you're playing every day? They don't really have a lot of great options.
No, they don't.
That is one gaping hole in this lineup on this team. And I think for now, it's just MJ Melendez and Tyrone Taylor.
Right.
But you would love to have one other young player emerge as a candidate for that job. And the only guy I could think of is Nick Morabito, who could come up here.
And he's on the 40-man already, right?
Yeah,
so.
But the problem is he's such a good outfielder. The guy who would have to DH is Juan Soto. And I don't know if you're telling Juan Soto at this point in his career, hey, by the way, Juan, you're the DH.
Juan Soto.
It's okay to do it twice a week, but is he really going to want to do it every single day and have all the kids in the outfield of Morabito, Ewing, and Bench?
No.
Or,
I mean, Juan Soto he should DH some more.
I got another idea though,
because
Soto doesn't want to DH.
Was it six? When did they give up the runs with sixth? It was the sixth inning, right?
On the Bichette drop?
No, not on the Bichette drop. This was Soto. It was a base hit to left field.
Mm-hmm.
Juan Soto tries to get Jazz Chisholm at home. He sails the cutoff guy, and you end up getting whoever was safe at third. And so Juan Soto's a good outfielder. He doesn't always make the best decisions.
Yeah, but that was, remember, Soto was DHing yesterday.
So
it wasn't Juan Soto, it was MJ Melendez and Tyrone Taylor.
Right.
Yeah. Unless you're thinking of the day before.
Maybe it
was
the day before.
Yeah. Look, I think you're right that Soto would be the designated hitter. The other option, I don't know if they would do this, is you call up this Nick Morabito. I mean, you play him in the outfield.
Right. Judge DHs every now and then.
No, but every now and then is different than every day.
Right.
There's a difference.
Right.
You bring Morabito up, you play him in the outfield, and A.J. Ewing plays second base, and Marcus Semien DHs. Well, you don't want to do that. Simeon's a good defender.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. All I know is MJ Melendez.
There's lineup complications. That's the issue.
Yeah, right now they have one spot in the lineup where you're like, God, I'd like it to be better than MJ Melendez and Austin Slater.
Right, the guy you pinch it for Tyrone Taylor.
Mike's down in Orlando, Florida. What's up, Mike?
Evan, Tiki, what's going on, guys?
Good.
Yep.
I got a few Yankee points if you guys will let me.
Go.
I pulled up Craig and C-Mac last week about the bottom of the lineup, and I don't want to overreact, but I'm going to overreact. The 6 to 9 batters, they went combined 7 for 38 on the weekend. Bednar is a real issue. I don't see why Tim Hill shouldn't be given a shot, at least to be closer. Austin Wells.
I don't love that.
Austin Wells is an automatic out. He's been an automatic out for 3 years. Escara isn't any good either, but at least give him some consistent at-bats. What do you guys think about that?
Okay, a couple of things. You've got reinforcements, maybe not next week, but soon, that are going to improve your bottom of the order. Number one, the return of Giancarlo Stanton lengthens the lineup and moves, say, a guy like Jazz Chisholm more towards the bottom of the order.
Right. Chisholm!
And Jazz Chisholm, let's give him some credit. You want to talk about a guy that had a series? Jazz Chisholm was on base like 9 times in this series.
Yeah, right.
So you're starting to see Jazz wake up. So number one, Stanton eventually comes back. Number two, Caballero eventually comes back and takes the shortstop job.
Jason Dominguez.
The issues you have that aren't changing anytime soon necessarily is Ryan McMahon and the catcher spot. And I think those are two areas where the Yankees and Brian Cashman will be aggressive at the trade deadline.
Yeah, Ryan McMahon fooled us for a couple of weeks there where he started to hit a little bit, and you started to say, well, maybe he's going to find a way to be more productive at the plate. His defense is always going to be solid at third base. Maybe he finds a way, and then he goes 0 for 4.
Oh, me and a buddy of mine agreed to a fake Met Yankee trade.
Which is?
Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
He's a Yankee fan.
Okay.
So we agreed to the trade.
Okay.
And I have a feeling more Yankee fans would say yes to this than Met fans.
Let me hear it.
Bo Bichette to the New York Yankees. Start right there.
$42 million?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Don't worry.
Prorated to whatever.
Take a deep breath. You're going to be fine. You're sending me back $44 million.
Oh.
Because I'm getting back Ryan McMahon, who has 1 year left after this at $17 million.
Yeah.
And Carlos Rodon, who's making $27 a year through 2028. So the money evens itself out. We'll see if Bo opts in or out.
That's actually interesting.
Rodon gives the Mets a much-needed arm in their rotation.
Right. Even though he's not great, but still, he's a consistent starter.
The issue for the Mets is short-term. They don't have a shortstop. So, Ryan McMahon and Brett Beatty, unfortunately, that whole thing is kind of a mess. You'll have to play one of them at shortstop, less than ideal. But when Lindor comes back...
You don't have a prospect?
No. It was Ronnie Mauricio, and then he got hurt.
That's right.
No. Unfortunately, it would be Ryan McMahon at shortstop, which, remember when the Yankees tried that in spring training?
Yeah, no.
But the money actually works on that deal.
It does. Not that you got to equal the money, but it does work.
You only want to equal the money.
It would be interesting, though.
Would you do that if you're the Yankees? I think you'd have to,
When you first said it, I was thinking, hell no. But now that you get into it, because it clears space for Ryan Weathers or Will Warren, whichever one of those guys ends up becoming the consistent starter in the rotation without Rodon there. Garrett Cole is back. Schlittler. I mean, it actually works.
It does. And you know what's crazy? If the Mets were healthy, like if Lindor was healthy, it'd be very different because then I think it makes more sense. It's just a bad fit to Lindor's back for what I mentioned.
Right.
But you'd be getting a guy in the rotation who I'm not worried about. I know his first 2 starts haven't been great, but look at the last 2 years of Carlos Rodon. Hasn't he earned your trust back? And the contract's not that bad.
No.
2 years, $54 million after this?
Right.
That's a reasonable deal.
Yeah. It's all right.
You like that trade?
I do.
That's an agreed upon Mets.
I actually do.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
No, of course not.
I think if we get closer to the trade
Because you
deadline,
can't have enough pitching, and the Yankees will never get rid of it.
Well, that's the negative you guys would face.
Right.
The big negative is you are cutting into your pitching. The negative the Mets would face is that for the next 2 months, they don't have a shortstop,
right?
Which is a slight issue. We'll get back to your calls in a minute, 888-808-1019. And I sat there last night watching all of Cleveland, Detroit, and it was a blowout. What did we learn about the challenges the Knicks are going to face in this upcoming best-of-7 series against the Cavaliers? We'll discuss. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name-brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
It's official. Fanatics Fest 2026 is back at the Jacob Javits Convention Center in New York City this July 16th through the 19th. The first lineup of talent has been announced, featuring some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment, including Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Aaron Judge, Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Tyson, Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Diana Taurasi, Josh Hart, and many more. The world's #1 sports fan festival is back, bringing fans closer to the athletes they love through live moments, photo ops, autographs, and unforgettable experiences. Tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com.
And this portion of the show is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
It's the Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Walter, Clyde, Anthony, Aloysius, Frazier. I don't think this generation of basketball players has that same, fire. Maybe it's a respect for the game. How do you look at it?
Yeah, they don't have that tenacious work ethic like we had. Because we was afraid to leave because you don't play somebody to get your job and you're out of work.
Right, they get a real job.
So you're going to go if you can go.
Get the Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
You look like you could use a refresher, a Dunkin' refresher. Try Dunkin's delicious black cherry or berry acai refreshers. One sip and you'll feel refreshed. There are so many delicious flavors like mango, pineapple, or strawberry dragon fruit. So whether you're powering through your day or just pulling up for a little treat, make it a Dunkin' refresher. Dunkin' refreshers, they're the perfect summer pick-me-up. Dunkin' refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
I'm Tyler Kolek, and I got my Lincoln right here at Lincoln of Queens. Smooth ride, no hassle. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. It's our employee pricing sale. You pay what we pay. Lease a 26 Nautilus for $563 a month.
36-month lease requires $58.20 due at signing. Excludes tax, title, and MV fees. See dealer for details. Expires July 6th.
Lincoln of Queens, where Queens goes. Go New York, go New York, go.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
D'Agostino, law, bite back. Did you know that Social Security disability takes a bite out of every one of your paychecks? So when they deny your claim, bite back. I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I'm proud to announce our first ever Social Security disability webinar. It's happening on June 3rd at 1 o'clock. In just 1 hour, you'll learn your rights, understand the appeals process, and find out how our experienced SSD attorneys can help you get the benefits you've earned. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Register now by calling 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-248-3222, or go online to daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. That's daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. D'Agostino Law is here to bite back, to fight back, to get you the SSD benefits you've earned. Register today at 1-800-248-3222.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long, with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment, from spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. So many more options, better payouts all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started today. That's FanDuel.com/New York, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. We all love the app around here. It has all the betting markets you could possibly want. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and older, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, please call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Summer starts behind the wheel of a new Mercedes-Benz at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event. Selection has never been better. Over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, and a sales team dedicated to helping you find the right one. And of course, you'll experience unparalleled Ray Catena customer service. One reason why Mercedes-Benz of Edison earned the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year award by Cars.com. Start your summer now at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for the best deal on Falcon tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
If we're being honest, guys in this town, pretty confident. And hey, that's not a bad thing. But are you willing to put it to the test? California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month. Plus, get free health and genetic screenings. And more importantly, you're helping families who can't do this on their own. So if you really think you've got it, and you know who you are, put it to good use. Apply now and see if you qualify. Check out spermbank.com to learn more.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Aaron Rodgers isn't done yet. The Steelers officially announced today that the 42-year-old quarterback will return to Pittsburgh on a one-year, $25 million deal. Rodgers last season played in 16 games, throwing for over 3,300 yards and 24 touchdowns, while leading Pittsburgh to another AFC North title before losing in the wild card round to the Houston Texans.
I wonder how his career is going to end, Aaron Rodgers. Does it end, unfortunately, due to injury the way it did Brett Favre?
Well, he's 42 now.
Yep.
And so
43 in December.
43 in December. And if we think back to Tom Brady, who did it for a long time, too, he played till he was 45.
Yes.
So
45?
Think about it. That's 2 more years than what Aaron Rodgers is currently sitting at. So we keep looking at him thinking he's going to retire, he's going to hang it up, he doesn't love this anymore. He could probably do this for another 2 years.
And he's in a perfect marriage now because
Yes.
the Steelers are always too good to draft a quarterback.
100%.
And so this is like the perfect arrangement where Pittsburgh kind of needs him. And if Rodgers wants to keep playing, he can kind of convince himself he's got a chance to win there.
Yeah, I hate that he yo-yos them the way that he does.
Yeah, but is he? They probably knew.
Yeah,
they knew the whole
I'm sure they
time.
did, but still, it's just like, I don't know. It just puts you in a tough spot when you're thinking about what you're going to do in free agency. Not that there was a ton of great options in quarterback free agency this year, but still, it sucks.
Back of my mind as a Jet fan, when they fired Robert Saleh a few weeks into the season, and then you knew they were going to hire a permanent head coach after the failed experiment of what's his name? See, I can't even remember his name anymore. The interim head coach. What was it? Jeff Volpe.
Jeff Volpe. I was like, I couldn't remember either.
I have to think about it. One of the ideas that was brought up was hiring Mike McCarthy. Was that if the Jets could reunite Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy? And I remember.
But didn't he not want the job earlier?
No. The Jets didn't want to hire him earlier. Years earlier.
Right. So I'm thinking of it the wrong way.
No, you're thinking of it backwards. Like they interviewed Mike McCarthy, I think, before they hired Adam Gase, and they ended up hiring Adam Gase. But when that was brought up, like, hey, would you bring in McCarthy and try to continue to squeeze something out of the Aaron Rodgers juice? My thought was, I don't think Rodgers would want to play for Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, it seems like a marriage that's not ideal.
And guess what?
Or a remarriage that is not ideal.
And at the end of the day, they're getting remarried.
The Jets are a sewer.
So it's another thing to keep an eye on in the alternate history of we could have gone this way and how would that have worked out? And the answer is probably not well.
No.
But maybe better than what we're currently seeing. Though the Jets are hopefully, in theory, in the right direction over the course of their rebuild.
I think they are. The thing that you're not worrying about, but the thing you're thinking about with the Jets is, can Aaron Glenn coach?
Yeah, which we still don't know.
Is he a good head coach? We know Frank Reich is an accomplished coordinator, and obviously he was head coach as well. But what does Frank Reich have left to make this team better? We felt like he was retiring last year.
Yep.
He was an interim at Stanford, doing whatever he was doing down there. And in California, you thought his NFL career was over. Now all of a sudden he's going to be in charge of the offense for a team that's trying to re-find itself.
You hit on the number one question facing the New York Jets in 2026. Can Aaron Glenn coach?
I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
And I think that will be the big determining factor.
Of course it will.
On if this season is a success or not. So last night, I sat down after I did my Rico and I watched Pistons-Cavs. As a Knicks hater, I didn't know what to root for. It was more just sit back, relax, watch basketball, kind of evaluate as an IBO. I was stunned that the Cavaliers kicked their ass the way they did, especially because the Pistons responded by winning a Game 6 on the road the way they did.
Right.
I just didn't expect. Like, you told me Cleveland's going to win Game 7 at that point, I wouldn't have been surprised. But to have a thorough wire-to-wire ass-whooping like we saw. And one thing that jumped out at me about Cleveland is, A, they showed a lot of guts.
Right.
We've called them the Frauduliers, and I think that's kind of been the consensus around here, that they're a fraudulent team. I think they showed you something by blowing a 3-2 lead and then having to go to Detroit, not an easy environment, and winning a Game 7 the way they did. They also cleaned up one of their biggest worries, and that is the turnovers.
Right.
Which the Knicks could clearly take advantage of. They only turned the ball over 10 times last night, so they protected the basketball a lot better.
11 total.
11 total?
Right.
It was just a real, well-rounded, complete performance by a Cleveland team that talent-wise is better than the Pistons.
Yeah.
A deeper team than the Pistons.
Right. I mean, the Pistons, look, they struggled because the guys they really needed to count on, in particular Tobias Harris and Cade Cunningham, they had bad shooting nights. And when you're young and you're veteran and star grossly underperform. I mean, Tobias Harris had 5 points. Cade Cunningham had 13. So
it was a no-show performance by Cade.
It was a no-show performance by the Pistons, which is exactly what you predicted would happen. Not necessarily in the second round of the NBA playoffs, but they're a young team. They haven't been there before. They got to
Thank
prove
you,
it.
Tiki.
They got to build some calluses and understand the moment that matters.
That was my argument. In fact,
You're
I
right.
may have pulled the audio. I've been waiting months to play this. Let's go back to February on Evan and Tiki, or I thought at the time I was saying something outlandish into a microphone because most people felt the Pistons were the crop of the Eastern Conference and that some even thought the Knicks weren't in their weight class. Like, the Knicks can't play with the Detroit Pistons. But me as an IBO, I had a feeling, and this was the feeling I had back in the middle of February. I have a long-term prediction about the New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons.
Okay. Evan, long-term prediction. Go ahead.
The New York Knicks will never face the Detroit Pistons in the postseason in 2026.
Whoa.
This will not happen. Just won't.
Wow. All right, and the reasoning, because we further got into.
Yeah, because you guys were like, who's going to lose? Who's going to lose?
Exactly.
I just wanted to leave it at that.
Right, we thought it was, you're trolling the Knicks.
No.
The Knicks aren't going to make it that far.
No, I've been very consistent about the Knicks. I'm honest, I don't like them. I've thought they're a finals team since jump. Like, since we were sitting here in October and November, I thought they were the best team in the Eastern Conference. And it's funny how the world works. If you go all the way back to October, beginning of the NBA season, and we went around the room and said, all right, who are the best teams in the Eastern Conference? The consensus were these two teams.
Yeah.
The New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Didn't I even say
they were?
Did I say the Cavs?
Did you say the Cavs what?
We did our prediction right after the season.
Yeah, I got them in my back pocket.
Yeah.
We're going to wait a little bit, but
I forget who I said.
I'll confirm you did
But
say
look,
Cleveland.
The,
Yes.
the Cavs were a team that, look, they're good. This was pre-James Harden.
I'm talking beginning of the season,
Right.
no James Harden, no Jason Tatum return. We didn't know. We didn't know anything. And the consensus was the Knicks, in my opinion, were the best team in the East.
Yep.
And the only team close to them was Cleveland. In fact, coming into the season, the Cavaliers were slight favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, the only thing that you didn't know technically about the Knicks is what the coaching was going to look like.
Sure.
Like, we know who the coach was going to be. We just didn't know what it was going to look like.
And we didn't know that Darius Garland was going to be flipped in a deal for James Harden.
No,
Like,
right.
obviously a lot changed. But what also changed around us, but then circled back to what we expected, was the emergence of the Celtics. The Celtics played incredibly well without Jason Tatum. Then Jason Tatum comes back, and all of a sudden they're the favorites. What we didn't expect, I certainly didn't, I raised my hand, is that the Detroit Pistons would win 60 games.
No, that's true. But I think we also found out that the Boston Celtics, as good as they were, are somewhat broken.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's a full circle moment.
100%.
Like, they ended up where we expected. It's just we didn't know how they were going to get there.
Right.
The Pistons, I remember I was very critical of the Pistons before the season. I didn't think they had enough playmakers on offense. And for 5 months, I had to sit around like an idiot because they won 60 games. And ultimately, their demise was what I thought they would be.
Right. They shoot 30% in a game 7.
Yeah.
At home.
Now, I still think I take an L on the Pistons because I thought they were going to battle for a play-in spot. They won 60 games, but I didn't think they were a big factor in the Eastern Conference. I thought Indiana could have been a factor even without Tyrese Halliburton. We all know how that went.
No, dude, they intentionally started tanking.
Once they got off to a bad start.
Yes.
I'm talking about October. Like what we thought in October.
Pre.
And then the other team that I thought was going to be a big threat that I was mostly wrong about was Orlando. They ended up giving the Pistons a threat, a little bit of a scare, but they were a play-in team.
But that should have told you all you needed to know about the Pistons, to be honest with you.
No, you're
Because,
probably
look,
right.
The MO on the Pistons is that they play hard in the regular season. We saw it. Like when they played the Knicks, they felt like the more aggressive team. Now against the Knicks, they shot lights out from 3-point range. This is how they ended up beating them. But they play with this urgency. But when you the analysis of them is that that's great, but where's their next gear?
Right.
And so when you get to the postseason, all these other teams that are kind of more veteran and just chilling through the 82 games that they have in the regular season, obviously playing up when you need to, they finally get to their second gear or their third gear or their playoff gear, whatever you want to call it, and the Pistons can't go higher.
I just don't think they're as talented as their win-loss record was, and a lot of it is what you just talked about.
Because they played at a high level. Like the games, every regular season game meant something. You could see it.
If Wagner doesn't get hurt in the Orlando series, they lose the Orlando series.
True.
And Cleveland was a more talented team, and the Knicks were a more talented team. So I think what's funny as we prepare for Knicks-Cavaliers is that maybe we're surprised at the beginning of the playoffs that this is what it turned into.
Mm-hmm.
But in October, this was expected.
Right.
These were the two best teams in the Eastern Conference coming into the season.
What do we expect in the West?
OKC and everybody else. It was OKC and everybody else. You knew the Spurs would be better. I'm not sure this kind of jump was expected. Denver would be there. Minnesota would be there. The Lakers would be there. It was the Oklahoma City Invitational. Right. That was the view of the Western
And then
Conference.
as the season started, San Antonio became more of a threat, and they actually beat them.
They had success against the Thunder in the regular season, which is, I think, why people give the Spurs a real shot.
Right.
But I look at this Knicks-Cavaliers series. Number one, yes, the Cavs are a more talented team than Detroit, but we cannot understate the importance of Game 1 and Game 7 being at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks have home court advantage, and it's amazing how it worked out. Despite getting the 3 seed, they've had home court advantage in every round of the postseason. And the other thing that it's going to be a factor is the fact that this Cavalier team has played a crap ton of basketball.
Yeah, they have.
They have played back-to-back 7-game series, and there's no respite. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to play tomorrow night, and then they're going to play a day and a half later.
Yeah.
And then a day and a half. Like, there are no breaks for the Cavaliers.
I thought they got a break between 2 and 3.
Only if they had 1 and 6. If they had 1 and 6.
Right. Sean talked about that on Friday.
It was going to be Sunday, Tuesday, and then a long break until the weekend. But because they had to play a 7th game, there's no break. And so my initial reaction to this is the longer this series goes, the greater advantage the Knicks are going to have.
Yeah, of course. Because if they start slow because they're cold from sitting from 11 days, then eventually they're going to heat up while the Cavaliers are going to start to feel fatigue.
The legs are you're gonna feel the legs. And they've got guys on this team that played a lot of basketball over the last few years.
True.
I mean, James Harden's played a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell's played a lot of basketball. By the way, you see what Donovan Mitchell did at the end of his press conference?
No.
Oh, he's my guy. Let me know when you've got this, Nico. This was almost, you got it ready? Like, he's so quick, better than Sean. I didn't say it. Donovan Mitchell is wrapping up his press conference. Keep in mind, the Cavaliers just won the 7th game of the Eastern Conference semifinals, and they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Take a listen to my guy, Donovan Mitchell.
You know, we got to be locked in and ready to go. And, you know, I know we will be, and they're a tough team, and we're excited. Thank you, guys. My Mets beat the Yankees today, too.
He ends the press conference
man.
by letting the world know my Mets beat the Yankees today.
Mets suck.
What do you think of that?
That's great.
Is that our guy?
That is your guy.
That's my guy.
That's your guy.
Now, I'll tell
For
you
sure.
one person who's not my guy, because sometimes I check in on our WFAN YouTube chat. I check it out. Mo in New York. There's a guy, Mo in New York.
Mo Mariano?
Mo in, not Mariano. Mo in New York with his Knicks logo has a major problem with me.
Which
Number
is?
one, he said that if I show up at Madison Square Garden, he's going to jump me. Well, first of all, Mo, don't do that.
This isn't the cousin of FOMO Cheeks from,
It could be.
Philly.
It could be.
Might.
Number one, Mo, don't jump me. I'm just a consumer. And I'm not coming in there to be like douchey. I'm coming in there to watch good basketball. And number two, you're going to get arrested. It's not, trust me.
Is it worth it?
It's not worth it. Like, beating me up is not worth getting arrested and then you missing an Eastern Conference Finals game. And number three, Mo and others are very upset that I said earlier that I'm going tomorrow night, and I embarrassingly admitted I may bring my scorebook in just to finish up the Met game. What's wrong with that? And Mo and others even chimed in and said, here's the problem. Here's where they're angry at me. They feel that there are so many people that would want to go to that game and watch the game that I'm disrespecting the game by having my scorebook. And I totally understand their thought, but here's where they're wrong. Most people in Madison Square Garden are looking at their phones.
That's a good point.
Most people at Madison Square Garden are getting their TikTok videos ready. You can say what you want about me and my scorebook. I am more into that game than half the people in that building.
Right. The biggest maybe fans probably aren't in the building anyways because they can't afford to be in the building.
Exactly.
It's crazy how much the ticket prices are.
Let's not act like the 18,000 people at Madison Square Garden are the diest of diehards. Now, I respect those that want to be there, and there will be diehards there, But even with me in my scorebook, I will still be more invested in that game than I'd say at least half the people there.
Yeah, Evan's pretty good at casually paying attention to a Met game and scoring while having conversation. He does this when they play at 1.
Thank you.
He's scoring the game as we're talking about whatever.
It's like scoring a game is like it's just
it's because you're so good at it, or not so good. Well, I don't know. Maybe you are.
No,
good
you
at
could
it.
say
no, you are good at it. You wrote a book about it, so you must be good at it in some capacity. But because it's so rote and innate to you, you don't even have to pay attention to do it right.
Yeah. I'm going to be paying more attention to the Knicks game. Now, Big Mac, who has finally texted me back, and he's coming with me to the game tomorrow night, had a request of me. Now, I'm taking him to the game. I'm not charging him anything.
Suck it!
I'm just going with him as a friend. I do expect him to buy me dinner, though. That's a fair.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you want?
There's a hoagie stand right behind me. So I'd like him to buy me an Italian and maybe a beer. And then a bottle of water, and then ices. They sell ices at Madison. Is that too much? Did I just ask for too much?
No.
I don't know. The face on the tickets are enough where...
That I was going to say. He's making out by, I don't know, 80% still.
No, you're right.
Welcome to hell! He's not even going to get close to what the value is.
He could buy me 10 sandwiches. He's not going to get close. But Big Mac said to me, I'm not allowed to mention the score of the Yankee game while I'm at the Knicks game.
Shut up, Tubby.
Why, is he going to then go home and...
Correct. He's going to go home and DVR the Yankees.
So what time is there?
It's a 7 o'clock game.
It's the same.
The game's going to be over while we're at Madison Square Garden.
There's no way he's going to be able to avoid it.
Well, what he doesn't understand
There's
is...
no way.
Forget me. Like, if I'm a good guy and I say... And I would be a good guy, and I don't mention the score of the Yankee game, no problem. He's Chris McMonagle.
Right. People are going to recognize him and tell him, oh, what about the Yankees?
Of
Whatever.
course.
Whether it's, oh, that was awesome. Ben Rice, Judge, both went yard twice. They won by 10, whatever it is. Or they're going to say, can you believe they lost to the Blue Jays after last year's drubbing? Are you again, these guys, they're under 500 and they're still losing to him?
He doesn't understand he's a big deal. He thinks he's going to walk into Madison Square Garden.
He's afternoon drive on the Fan. People know who you are, Big Mac.
Bro.
And you're not little. You're not hiding.
And you're also the Yankee shill. Like, that's your gimmick. It's not as if it's like the team people don't even know you're associated with. Right. You're not surviving Madison Square Garden with someone not telling you the score.
Right.
I remember when I went to the Jets home opener a couple of years ago against the Patriots, the Aaron Rodgers game. And the Mets were playing the Phillies that night. And I even said to you, I can't even try to DVR it because I know that people will talk to me about the Met game. And I didn't. I didn't. And guess what? 80% of the people are like, oh, did you see this? Did you see that? So Big Mac is out of his ever-loving mind.
Chris McGonigal.
If he thinks he's going to walk into Madison Square Garden and not have somebody say something about the Yankees.
I think you're going to convince him to not go with you.
No, he's not going to ditch. Come on, bro.
He's
going to ditch game one of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Him to ditch game one.
For a Yankee regular season game?
I mean, it's
the
Blue Jays, dude.
I'm not doing it for Mets Nationals.
Yeah, it's the Nationals, though.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like,
they're almost as bad as you.
It's the well, they're actually better.
That's true. That's true. I got it the wrong way around.
It's the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying.
Maybe Big Mac should do what I'm doing.
What does he care more about? The Knicks? Because, I mean, we had the draft party.
Yeah.
Which coincided with the Knicks playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
We found out how big a fan Gio is and his partner, Craig.
Well, they're not partners, but...
I mean... No, Big Mac's partner.
Oh,
Craig.
I'm sorry. I thought we have a new show here.
No. Big Mac's
Gio
partner,
and Craig on the Fan.
I don't remember Big Mac being into the game.
Into the Knicks game?
Yeah.
Well, he's a Knicks fan. I think the Yankees come first, but I would certainly assume that game one of the Eastern Conference Finals is higher on the pecking order than a regular season baseball game.
I didn't feel his angst.
Interesting.
Like I felt Craig's angst.
Interesting.
Even though Craig was like over talking just to hide his angst, his anxiety.
He was.
You know what I mean?
He was doing that, yeah.
And then Gio was like, because he's the life of the party.
Yeah.
But he was shrinking into the couch.
Gio was nervous.
So he was nervous.
Yeah.
I felt nothing from Big Mac.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I mean.
So your prediction right now is Big Mac is going to tell me, now that we gave him the news that he's on at afternoon drive and people know who he is, that he's going to have the Yankee game spoiled.
He's going to reconsider and be like, you know what? I'm just going to watch it at home.
Wow. All right. I got to think of some backup plans. You want to be my backup, Tiki?
Let's go.
All right. So there you go, Big Mac. If you're out, Tiki's in. Let's go to Mitchell and Randolph. What's up, Mitchell? Mitchell,
what's up, dude?
Mitchell going once. Mitchell is gone. Let's go to Josh in Far Rockaway. What's up, Josh?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All's good, man.
Yo.
I think the Mets should bring up Ryan Clifford and Jonah Tong, because Ryan Clifford's tearing it up in AAA, and then you just DH Marpiento.
I've thought about the Ryan Clifford thing. I don't know if he's tearing it up. He's definitely been better. I think he's still only hitting 220. Jonah Tong is not ready. Jonah Tong's last minor league start was a bad one, so I don't think he's the guy to bring up. But Ryan Clifford would fill that hole we talked about earlier. Barry's in Yonkers. What's up, Barry?
Yeah, I just want to talk about the Yankee game the other night.
Go ahead.
You know, listen, the bottom of their water stinks. We know that. But I think Boone made a bad mistake. You got first and third one out. You got Volpe on first, who could fly. First pitch, you got to send him. You cannot let Wills do what he did.
I think that's a great point. Right. And I thought about that on the Met end of things when A.J. Ewing was on base and Hayden Senger was trying to bunt in the third inning.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing, which is, hey, before you lay down a bunt, let A.J. have a chance to run. And I agree with you because you eliminate the double play. And not only that, you ensure yourself that Trent Grisham's going to get a chance, and he's had so many big hits this year, despite the batting average, that you ensure if Torrens doesn't throw out the base runner, which he could, I mean, we know how good he is, that you give yourself another opportunity. So I think that's a great point. I think you tell Austin Wells, take a pitch or two and at least allow Volpe a chance to steal second base.
Right. And Volpe, if he's like, he hasn't been great, but he hasn't been horrible. And, you know, the thing, I don't know, his fielding has gotten better after the error in game one, but he's still doing that get down on a knee to field and get up and, you know, get rid of the ball in very untimely fashions at time. But I feel like Anthony Volpe is starting to turn a little bit of a corner.
Well, I mean, he walked 800 times in this series.
Right. So he's better at the plate discipline. His defense has been pretty good, but it's something concerns me a little bit. He doesn't feel fully confident.
Yeah, no, I'd still be very concerned about him. I don't think 3 or 4 days tells you enough, but I do think that I have at least a level of confidence in Volpe stealing second.
Oh, yeah.
And at least, like, look, if he's thrown out, it sucks. But if he steals second base, you're ensuring another RBI opportunity, even if Austin Wells strikes out.
I botched it again.
I think that's a fair critique.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a botch. It's just it's a miss.
Well, I didn't say botch.
Right. Well, whoever it was.
That was Aaron Boone saying it.
I botched it again.
No.
Yeah.
But the caller said the caller basically said Aaron Boone botched it by not stealing him and putting him in position to eliminate the double play that Austin Wells ground into.
Yeah, not a botch, but I would say the mistake.
We're hell-bent on being a champion.
Good luck with that. We'll get back to your calls next, 888-808-1019. Plus, with the betting lines, tell us about the expectations on this Knicks-Cavaliers series. 888-808-1019, the number. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama's making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free and-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free and-home consultation today.
I am always incredibly busy juggling life and family and travel, and feeling safe and knowing my family is safe is almost obviously most important. That's why I turn to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman's ShieldLink system into our home. It's a smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. So many great things about it. The cameras, the door control, the garage door opener, the Apple Music that I can pump throughout the house. The greatest thing is that the technicians at Sloman's will install your system exactly how you want it to your specifications and needs. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman ShieldLink system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Aaron Rodgers will play another season at quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's good news for the rest of the AFC North and bad news for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rodgers is an all-time great quarterback, a surefire first-ballot Hall of Famer, but at age 42, I don't think he has it anymore. And I like the Steelers roster. I don't think the Steelers are going anywhere this year, and I think bringing Aaron Rodgers back, a huge mistake. I'm Nick Costos.
If Twisted Tea was your best friend, they'd start a dance party in the supermarket that turns into a pool party at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea is smooth, refreshing, and always fun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Summer means longer days and more deals at Lowe's. This Memorial Day, shop Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Plus, get select 1.5-gallon red, white, and blue annuals hanging baskets, 2 for $15 to show off your favorite plants. Stop traffic with stunning landscaping and save while you do it. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Shriners Hospitals for Children has been creating wonderful opportunities for children in need. This life-changing medical care helps them do the things they've always dreamed of. Go to loveshriners.org.
La Playa awaits this weekend. Be sure to stock up on ice-cold Corona at Game Day Grill in Yorktown Heights. Then sit back, relax, and soak up the good weather. Great vibes and New York basketball. Turn anywhere you enjoy the game into your own beach. La Playa awaits. Must be 21. Relax responsibly. Spring and summer are around the corner, and now's the time to prepare for pest season. From homes and hotels to backyards and ballparks, homeowners and businesses choose J.P. McHale Pest Management. For over 50 years, J.P. McHale has delivered proven year-round protection with offices in New York City, Long Island, the Hudson Valley, and Connecticut, and over 2,000 five-star reviews. Right now, take advantage of J.P. McHale's seasonal residential discounts and free commercial inspections. Visit nopest.com. That's NOPESTS.com. J.P. McHale Pest Management. Not just good, guaranteed.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Mostly sunny, very warm, high 86.
Weather brought to you by Capital One. Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank guide. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
Get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word Boomer to save big at checkout. That's code word Boomer at chefiq.com.
It's the road ahead, brought to you by the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Visit your local Kia dealer today. The team from the Bronx begins a 7-game homestand against Toronto and Tampa Bay before heading out on the road.
Whenever water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
If you go back to the beginning of the postseason, I was surprised how much disrespect the Knicks got. Their first-round series against Atlanta, they were the smallest favorite. Yeah. And we marveled at that. Like, wow, why are the Knicks the smallest favorite of all the first-round teams? And the Knicks, even though they won in 6, we would all agree it was kind of quick work, especially what they did in games 4, 5, and 6. What have I told you? The Knicks are bigger favorites against the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals than they were the Atlanta Hawks in the opening round. Are you serious? I am serious. I am not making that up. Now, it's close. They are slightly more of a favorite in this series against Cleveland than they were against Atlanta. What do you make of that?
I mean, I can see why Vegas would go down that route because of the length of what we just talked about, the length of series that the Cleveland Cavaliers have played in, how ridiculously on fire the Knicks were, not only in the sweep against the Philadelphia 76ers, but also against Atlanta those last 3 games. So they've been dominant, like historically dominant.
That's a big part of
their
this.
last 7 games.
Yep.
They're not factoring in, maybe, this is what we as fans are factoring in, the rust issue.
Sure.
It's been 11 days.
That's a real thing.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
But I can understand it because when you look at rest versus a hot team and a worn out, battle-tested Cavalier team and home court is in Madison Square Garden, it just feels like it should be in the Knicks' favor. But more than the Hawks, that's surprising.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a combination of just the disrespect that the Knicks got entering this postseason. Like, they got that, and we talked about it. Like, there was a lot of, and I'm not talking about local fans and how they felt about the team.
Yeah.
Like, there was just not a belief nationally in this New York Knicks team, and what they've done, and Knicks fans will appreciate this, is you beat the respect out of them.
Right.
Because you dominate the Sixers in a 4-game sweep in which you force them to tap out basically at the end. You annihilate the Hawks in the final 3 games after going down 2-1. So you're on this 7-game winning streak in which you look invincible.
Right.
And I think the national media / the betting markets are saying, we've taken notice.
Right.
You're really good.
Yeah.
And I'll give you one more that you may deem surprising. The New York Knicks are bigger favorites than the Oklahoma City Thunder.
What?
How about that one for you?
I can also see that now that you say it. I mean, OKC is, I think, gonna win this series. Not like convincingly, but I do think they win the series. But San Antonio beat them in the regular season.
They didn't just
and they beat them in the cup, right?
They beat them in the cup. They played them 5 times. Now, that only can happen because of the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
So they have a 5th regular season game. The Thunder lost 4 out of the 5 games. Now, why that's so amazing is that the Thunder only lost 18 games this season, including the postseason.
Right.
4 of the 18 games came from the Spurs.
That's crazy.
My math isn't accurate, but I think that's about 28% of their losses came from one team.
Right.
So I think that's where that comes from. But yeah, and again, it's very close. It's not like it's completely off. But if you look at the Fanatic Sportsbook right now, the Thunder are minus 280 and the Knicks are minus 285.
So close.
It's very close.
That's close.
It's very close.
Right. We'll find out.
Basically
tonight.
the same.
Yeah, basically the same. But we'll find out tonight. OKC hosting San Antonio.
Well, we'll find out about their rust too.
Yeah.
Because they haven't played in a while. It's not as long as the Knicks, but it's a while. Let's see. Their last game when they swept the Los Angeles Lakers, that was May 11th. So it's a week.
Yeah,
it's not as bad. I mean, it's really, honestly, now that I think about it, it's really not as bad.
No.
But nevertheless, it's still a week off. And the Thunder have dominated as well. So crazy times as we enter the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. John in Bergen County. What's up, John?
Hey, Evan, I can offer you a dinner in Keen Steakhouse if you take me to the game.
Wait, you want your
glass of wine, dessert
to take you to the game instead of Big Mac? Is that what you're saying?
He's going to buy you dinner.
That's right. That's right.
Wow, I appreciate that offer. I'll take it into account. Wow. I can't accept offers for tickets. There feels something wrong about it.
And by the way, don't call and ask for Evan because he's taking me if Big Mac.
That's right. Big Mac is going. I think. He has not told me otherwise, but there is some concern that he's going to prioritize the New York Yankees over the New York Knicks game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. That's if he turns down something we've agreed upon for a few weeks, then that's more egregious than Craig going back on his word to take him courtside to a playoff game.
Is that fan card relinquishable? I mean, he's got to relinquish it. I mean, if you can't claim you're a Knicks fan, be offered free.
Yeah.
No cost.
I mean, the cost is he's buying me dinner.
Knicks tickets, and you only have to buy Evan dinner.
That's it.
Which is like whatever, a hoagie and a beer.
I don't even really want the beer, so it's really
a hoagie and a bottle of water.
And ices. Those are my things.
And ices, right.
Luigi's Ices, a bottle of water, maybe 2 bottles of water.
Which is about 2% of the price of the cost to get in the game.
Oh, no doubt.
And so... And then you're going to prioritize the Yankees? Yeah, you got to give up your fan card.
I'm doing the math. It's going to cost him about $45.
Yeah.
$45.
Right.
What's up, Big Mac? What are you shaking your head about?
I know. Why are you shaking
I feel
your head?
bad asking Big Mac to talk because I don't know if you know Craig's off today. So Big Mac's literally going to talk by himself for 5 hours. What's up, man?
What are you talking about?
About what?
When did I say I was prioritizing the Yankee game over the Knicks game?
No, I never said that.
Okay.
Tiki
I'm speculating on you over here.
So I'll recoup real quick. So we're going to the Knicks game tomorrow, and I admitted, as the geek that I am, that I'm bringing my scorebook just to finish off the Met game.
Mm-hmm.
And Big Mac said, hey, one condition, don't tell me about the Yankee game.
Right.
And I said, of course, no problem. And then Tiki and I spoke on the air that you don't understand that you're a big deal. You don't understand that you're Chris McMonagle. I may not talk to you about the Yankee game, and I respect it. People will. The Yankee game's going to be spoiled for you.
You realize it's impossible to not be spoiled.
Impossible. You're a big deal, man. You're on TV 2 hours a day. You're on WFAN. And more than that, bro, you're associated with the Yankees. So Tiki wondered aloud, does he still go to the game knowing that this is going to happen?
That you back out.
So if you got a problem, have a problem with the running back.
I talked you into, without actually talking to you, backing out just so I can take your ticket. Because and then when you do back out, I'm questioning your Knicks fandom.
Well, listen, if you want to go, you guys are like brothers, and I'm used to having family jump my seat, so you might as well do it. It's not a big deal.
I don't actually want to go. I just will go.
No, I'm going. I've been looking forward to it. I was hoping that we would be able to make it Tuesday because the other plan was like Memorial Day Monday.
Yeah, if the Pistons
dicey
won.
for me.
Yeah, dicey for me too. By the way,
I mean It's Memorial Day. We're off.
No, the scheduling was going to be rough.
Just admit that your Yankee whatever ignorance until the game is over.
I'm going to give it a try.
It's going to get spoiled. It's going to get spoiled.
Dude, you have no chance. You're known. Someone's going to come
I'll just
up to
hide.
you. What do you mean hide?
I'll hide
you hiding, dude?
Hide behind me?
Yeah.
I'm half your size. Like, you just have to understand.
Just my face is about equal with you, so I could maybe just hide my face behind you.
Just understand that you're a big deal. I think you're growing into knowing who you are. You're Chris freaking McMonagle.
True.
You're the Yankee guy around here.
Yeah.
You're the go-get-him guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not getting through Madison Square Garden without somebody saying,
if someone comes up to me, I'll tell them, go get him a hot dog and leave me alone.
I look forward to it, bro.
Yes.
Me and Big Mac, Madison Square Garden.
I guess
it doesn't go well for our teams, by the way, when me and Evan go together somewhere. Boston was a disaster for me. We went to the Knicks game, and the
weren't you
Hawks
at a Yankees
kicked the
game
crap
too?
out of the Knicks.
What was the Yankees game y'all at last year?
So last year we went with Sean and McPherson was there, and the Yankees won that game.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
Right.
That was
when it's just me and you.
Yes, me and Big Mac have gone to 2 postseason games together. We went to Yankees-Red Sox wild card game 2021, disaster for the Yankees. And we went to the Trae Young game, Game 1 Knicks-Hawks, Madison Square Garden in 2021.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is exactly why I'm excited to go with you.
But this is the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
It's flipping now.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot different. That's a wild card game and the first round against Atlanta. This is the big boy territory, bro.
Oh, this is exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
All right. Me too.
I can't wait to see you there.
You're good with buying me. I want a sandwich, a bottle of water, and ices. That's all I want.
You got it.
Thank you, bro. He's still making out like a bandit.
He completely is.
Yeah. And I will take my phone out, so we'll have some videos of me and Big Mac breaking down the game.
I love it.
Oh, I have no doubt. I'll be driving in at 11 o'clock tomorrow or Wednesday with, now, you want to hear Big Mac in a big spot? Now, this is when they missed the foul for the free throw.
You know you love it. Who are you kidding?
Just like Sean loves it, too.
Yeah, Sean loves it.
You can't help it.
Yeah, we all love being videotaped without our permission. We all love it. We're big fans.
I always say, can I record you? And then I do it.
Yeah, but we don't know when. You say that at the beginning of the game, and then it's like, I forget that. And before I know it, you've got this ridiculous angle where it's like, oh, my shirt. I look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I'll make you a great deal. I am going to record us the entire time. Okay? I'll set my phone up. I'll press a button, and then we could forget about it and have a good time.
Okay.
And so the entire game, you're possibly being recorded for something you may say or not say.
Did you plan on watching the Met game on your phone, though? How are you going to do both?
Oh, damn it. That's a good question. No, I'm bringing my iPad. I'm good. I got an iPad. Yeah. I got my phone. Record Big Mac. Watch the Met game.
So you think, Tiki, I should bring my iPad as well and try and watch the Yankee game?
Yes, you should. Don't wait.
That's what I don't want to do. That's prioritizing the Yankees over the Knicks. I want to be focused on the Knicks.
But that's what Evan is doing also.
And I'm not prioritizing
but he's not
the
a
Mets.
Knicks fan.
No, but I'm going to watch more of the Knicks than the Mets. The Mets are the background. Like, I can do it and still focus on another thing.
You're just not going to be able to score it. Because both you nerds can't be scoring these games.
Could you imagine if we're both sitting there with scoreboards?
You could not. I will disown you.
I think at that point, Dolan comes up with his security and says, get the hell out of here. At that point, and Dolan doesn't even send security. He does it himself. Like, he literally walks up and says, you're both leaving my building right now. Anyhow, it should be a fun time. Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019. Brett is in East Northport. What's up, Brett?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
All's good.
Good, man.
Love the show. Tiki, first Giants jersey I own. So
appreciate
shout out to
that,
you.
man. Thank you, man.
But question for Evan here. I think Tiki was actually away for this. But, Evan, you pulled a stat. I'm pretty sure it was your own stat that whoever loses the Eastern Conference Finals returns to the NBA Finals the following year.
Correct. Correct. It's a
streak.
streak.
Under the impression. Yep. So we were under the impression that would probably be the Pistons, I think is what you were alluding to, who the Knicks were going to beat, we would think. And that seemed like it was plausible. Now that the Cavs are in this position, expecting the Knicks beat them, would you think the Cavs are set to return to the finals next year, or is the trend ending there?
It's a great question.
That is a great question.
So I did pull this stat all by myself. I was very proud of myself. That since 2023, the team that lost the previous Eastern Conference Finals has come back the following year to win in the Eastern Conference Finals and go to the NBA Finals. It started with Boston, who lost to Miami in 22. And then Miami, who lost to it started with Miami, who lost to Boston in 22. And then Boston, who lost to Miami, followed by Indiana, who lost to Boston, and now the Knicks, who lost to Indiana.
Right.
So he's saying if this trend continues, Knicks beat the Cavs, which I think most of us expect.
Right.
Will Cleveland do it next year? And the answer is, yeah, I could see it. And I'll tell you two reasons why.
How do they? Well, I mean, how do they get better to be better than the Knicks?
So,
because you got to believe that the Knicks, who would then be coming off a finals appearance, who knows what happens against OKC? Probably lost, but whatever.
Sure.
A finals appearance. How are they taking a step back, or Cleveland taking a demonstrative step forward?
There are some similarities between the Knicks and the Cavaliers, and I'll tell you one of them. This talk has ceased over the last few weeks, but you remember early on in the postseason, we said, boy, Knicks get knocked out early. They could break up the core. They could trade Cat. They could try to get Giannis, things like that.
It's not early, though.
No, they're great. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I think that they've been impressive enough that even if they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals, as disappointing as it would be, I think there'd be a lot of pushback against breaking up the team. Well, that's been the same discourse in Cleveland. Like, if Cleveland lost last night, there's a chance they were going to blow the team up.
Right.
And how advanced that blow up would be, is it just trading Donovan Mitchell and starting over? Is it something else? If they lose to the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, is it possible they are pursuing an Evan Mobley and assets for Giannis trade? The answer is absolutely.
Yeah.
That's on the table. And so that could be where Cleveland gets better from this year to next year. That wouldn't stun anybody. That rumor's already out there. that Milwaukee would want to pursue a player like Mobley, and Cleveland could say, all right, we were good, and the East is only going to get better. We've got to try to upgrade ourselves. And so, yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, I think the only team that wouldn't, if they lost, would be the Knicks, if they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That they wouldn't get back next year? Well, then the streak would be over anyway. So
right, but I'm saying I don't think that they wouldn't say we have to upgrade.
Oh, pursue Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're past that.
Yeah, me too.
I think they're past that. And I would argue against it for anyone that would fight with me about this, that this core has shown you what it's capable of.
Well, we've also seen this core able to evolve, right? Or this team and the way that they play to evolve. And credit goes to Mike Brown, obviously, with putting Cat more in the distribution spot, even though he's not scoring 30 or 40 points or whatever he's capable of if he gets on a hot streak. But it's made things operate so seamlessly, and it's not what anybody saw coming. So is Giannis doing that? The answer is probably no.
Yeah, I think we're past that.
Right.
But I don't think we're past that for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No.
We're not past that at all. Mike's in Cranford. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Hey. How you doing, Evan and Tiki?
All's good.
Good.
Now, Evan, this question's for you.
Yep.
Now, remember you talking about the Knicks never winning a series when they lose their first game at home, right?
Correct.
And now this long layoff is going to really kill them, I think. And I think they're going to lose tomorrow night, but then I think they're going to win the next 4 straight. For them to finally win the championship after 53 years, they're going to have to get over this stupid heck.
Agreed.
That you call it, right? It's stupid
It's
heck.
stupid. I agree that it's stupid, and Beningo brings it up all the time. He's the one that kind of put it in my head, and it's continued to be a trend. Like last year, they lose game 1 to Indiana. They don't recover from it.
Right.
For the record, I have predicted incorrectly now 2 series in a row that exact same thing would happen, that they would lose game 1 and then they would blitzkrieg and win the next 4. Has not happened. They didn't lose game 1 against Atlanta. They lost game 2. They didn't lose any game to Philadelphia. But I happen to agree with you again. Like, I kind of expect that the Knicks are going to lose tomorrow night, that Cleveland will come out on the high of a 7-game series victory, shoot the basketball well, maybe not turn the ball over, which stunningly they did last night against Detroit. And I could see the Knicks having a flat effort. But I agree with Mike. I think that the Knicks overcome it, win the next 4 games, and we can finally put the stupid stat to bed.
Right.
So I'm going to triple down. I'm going to make the same prediction I made for the first 2 rounds. Lose game 1, win the next 4. You know what? I'm going to slightly alter that.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks will win in 6. I'll give Cleveland 2 victories here. I'm not sure where the second win comes from, but I think it's more Knicks in 6. I've been Knicks in 5 first 2 rounds, and obviously got them both wrong.
Yeah.
It's close, but wrong. I think I lean a little bit more towards Knicks in 6 in this regard.
That's what my thought was that as well coming in, because Cleveland's too good in moments, but I feel 2-2-2. That's what it feels like.
Oh, so you mean like the home court thing where the Knicks win the first 2 at the Garden, Cleveland
2-2.
responds as in Cleveland, and then the Knicks win the last 2, including a clinching game 6 in Cleveland?
Yes.
I could see that. I could see that. I think the home court thing is overrated. You prefer it, which is why, as a Knicks fan, I'd be happy I've got game 1 and game 7 at home. But it isn't the end-all, be-all the way it kind of felt like it used to be.
Right.
Let's go to Nancy in Flemington. Positive Nancy, how you been?
What's up, Nance?
Excellent, guys. Good afternoon. How you doing?
All is well.
What's up?
Good. Evan, it's no time like the present. Ramping up the positivity for the Mets. Are you in?
I want to be in. I want to be positive, but the answer is no. I still don't think they're a very good team, but I'm very happy with the homestand. I'm happy with the victory yesterday. I'm a happy Evan, but I'm not a positive Evan.
Oh, well, I'm trying to change that. So, I'm really loving that they took the series, and I just want to mention the young guys are really, playing with heart. This is what I love to see. They really want to play. They're in it. They're all in. They're igniting the team. I know they're not making the money that the other guys are making, and they're trying to prove themselves. And this is what I really love to see. So I don't know. What do you think about bringing up more young guys?
Well, the young guys need to be ready. That's the key. Carson Bench earned this job out of spring training. A.J. Ewing, even though it was a brief amount of time at AAA and AA, earned his trip here. So you need Ryan Clifford to earn it here.
Yeah.
And the key to the Mets' success, especially now with this injury to Clay Holmes, is you need a lot of guys you least expect to step up. That's the truth. You need Christian Scott as a young guy in the rotation to
now
show
he's
a lot of promise.
Right now, he's going to have to.
Yeah.
Especially with Clay Holmes down for however long he's going to be down. You need it. You don't have a rotation anymore that you can rely upon.
And you need him to be good and not be a 4 1/3 inning kind of guy.
Right.
Like, you need him to go deep in games. You need Brett Beatty and Mark Vientos to prove that they're everyday, consistent major leaguers.
They fucking suck.
Like, they need all that to happen. And if they can do that,
Who said that?
I don't know.
Was that you?
Does that sound like me?
They fucking suck.
No, I can't tell who that is.
You want the answer?
Yeah.
I actually do know the answer.
Who?
I'll let you hear it one more time.
They fucking suck.
I don't know who that is.
No idea. You don't even have a guess?
No.
You think that's me?
They fucking suck.
No, it's not you. Voice is too deep.
That person is The Rock. You hear it now?
They fucking suck.
Yeah, I do.
If you smell.
Why do we have a rock drop?
I don't know. I'm very random.
You bitch.
Got a lot of random stuff in there.
Like, spit it up.
A lot of stuff.
I love the Giants.
I mean, you want more?
My Washington Commanders.
Oh, stop.
I got that one too.
Stop, Al.
Howie Rose left the Mets game early. It's been a big question on why.
Mm-hmm.
We have the answer. And I'm curious if Tiki finds this acceptable or not acceptable.
I mean, it's Howie, so everything is acceptable.
I agree.
No matter what the excuse is.
Howie
acceptable.
Rose could say, I just wanted to go home.
You know what? I had to go get an early dinner. I was out.
Well, he did leave the game early, and he offered a full explanation. We'll hear what it is coming up next, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Memorial Day weekend is here, and Flag and Anthem is sponsoring the WFAN Kick-Off the Summer Party this Friday at DJ's in Belmar. Not only did they make a sweet event tee to give away, but they'll be selling a selection of America 250 and U.S. Open gear. Plus, you can sign up to chip your way to a $25 or $50 Flag and Anthem gift card. And, of course, you get to hang out with the Flag and Anthem crew. Bonus, if you show up in Flag and Anthem gear, you'll be entered to win a $500 Flag and Anthem gift card. In the meantime, get all your summer Americana gear at flagandanthem.com and check out their big Memorial Day sale.
Total Orthopedics is expanding across Long Island and New Jersey with offices coming to Babylon, West Babylon, Comac, and West Orange. From sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they're the experts at getting you back to you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com today.
And this portion of the show is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Keep listening for your chance to score a pair to see Nate Smith at the rooftop at Pier 17 on May 28th from our friends at Live Nation. Get your tickets now. Visit AXS.com. It's all from the Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
If you're looking for a great price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire, where you always get the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires. But it doesn't end there, because Town Fair Tire gives you free services for the life of your Falcon tire. More free services than any other tire dealer. That's why we say nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire at Nielsen. Fun is in the driver's seat.
It's the Memorial Funbelievable event at Nielsen Dodge.
You can lease a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram for $299 or under.
Choose from hundreds of new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $299 a month. Yes, just $299 per month.
Or choose from hundreds of certified pre-owned vehicles. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade-in.
Under $299, that's Funbelievable.
Drive away today for just $299 or under on Route 10 in East Hanover, online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event. With approval, term 36 months, due at signing, $52.99, add tax time, $498, doc, and DMV.
Guys, let's keep it simple. There are two things you probably should be doing: taking care of your health and doing something that actually makes an impact. Here's a way to do both. California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month and get free health and genetic screenings along the way. So yeah, you're getting paid to get checked out. And you're helping families who need it. Efficient, smart, done. Check out spermbank.com to learn more. Apply and see if you qualify.
Hey, hockey fans, ready for the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs? Get in on the action throughout hockey's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players, you'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. You won't want to miss any of the action on the ice. Lock your picks today for the NHL Stanley Cup with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Sign up today to get started. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
You've dedicated your life to serving our country. Now let us serve you. This Military Appreciation Month, Verizon is proud to offer military and veteran families unlimited plans starting at $25 a line per month for 4 lines on unlimited welcome, with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store today to learn more. Discount for personal lines only for eligible military and veterans. Approved verification documents required. Plan price includes a $20 monthly account credit for 4 lines. Auto pay and paper-free billing required. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word BOOMER to save big at checkout. That's code word BOOMER at chefiq.com.
Spring is here and your opportunity to experience Mercedes-Benz has arrived. Enjoy exclusive offers during the Ray Cattina Spring SUV Sales Event at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Cattina of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union. Get ready for road trips and weekend escapes in the GLC or GLE. SUVs that deliver the perfect blend of safety, comfort, and performance. Experience the power of 3 at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Cattina of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union, where Ray Cattina customer service sets the standard. Visit RayCattinaMercedes.com.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day off right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way or order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participation times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the
perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Now that the Subway Series has come and gone, it's back to business for the Mets and Yankees. The Mets head on the road to start a 4-game series in Washington as they hand the ball to Christian Scott. As for the Yanks, they go back home to host the Toronto Blue Jays with Ryan Weathers on the mound.
You mentioned before how the Mets have guys playing every day, like Brett Beatty's the third baseman. Mark Vientos is the first baseman. Carson Bench every day in right field. A.J. Young every day in center field. And the one position that feels like a black hole is DH when Soto isn't DHing.
Yep.
And I tell you, when guys get hurt, forget they exist. I completely forgot about the existence of Jared Young, who was actually playing well before he got hurt.
Yeah, meniscus, right?
Yeah, he's on a rehab assignment. He may be back in a week or two.
True.
So there's your guy.
Yeah, I mean, you also have the issue at catcher. Because does he even have a hit yet?
Hayden Sanger?
Sanger?
Yeah. Look, Hayden Sanger is probably a AAA player.
Right.
But I think Luis Torrens is going to play every single day.
Yeah, of course.
Even over the course of this road trip. There aren't that many day game after night games. Like, I think Torrens is just playing every day.
Right.
You see the usefulness of him.
Right.
So I think that's one of those spots you just kind of live with. The Yankees have an issue at catcher because right now they've got 2 minor leaguers as their catchers in Austin Wells and J.C. Escara, and there's no one coming to save the day. We talked earlier about Ben Rice possibly moving to catcher, something he's done before, but the Yankees have shown no inclination doing it now. And you look at the trade market, and it's still too early to figure out who's going to be available. You could speculate on a guy like Ryan Jeffers, but for the most part, there are no trades being made for catchers in the middle of May.
And they don't have even a prospect in the minors.
Not anyone near ready to help this team at the major league level. No. We'll get back to your calls in a minute, 888-808-1019. But with Sean Morash out for a good reason, a sad reason. I think he's attending a funeral today, so we miss you, Sean. You'll get your comeuppance tomorrow to explain away how the 98 Yankees somehow lost 2 out of 3 to the New York Mets. In his stead, we get Cinco'd by Nico.
Sean Morash in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Cinco de Luncho is sponsored by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. So yesterday's Mets miraculous comeback, once we finally processed what happened, I don't know if I still have yet, got me thinking, where does this rank in Subway Series moments that were positive for the Mets?
Interesting.
So today I give you the top 5 all-time Mets wins over the Yankees. I do want to preface before we start, I'm doing regular season only. Didn't want to include 2000, Game 3 of the World Series, because I feel like the magnitude of that game alone,
right.
It's a different...
Wise choice.
Right.
It's a regular season Subway Series. I'm very intrigued by this, and this is something that Sean Morash would never have done.
Right.
To be honest with you.
He would have. He would have just trolled you the other way.
Yeah. Right. It would have been
meaningless nothing Mets wins.
Yeah. It would have been 5 Luis Castillo drops. Somehow it just would have turned into that.
All right, here we go.
Here we go!
Number 5.
So we start with September 12th, 2021, the Francisco Lindor 3-home run game. It was a crazy game that went back and forth. Obviously, the benches cleared after Lindor was chirping Stanton in the outfield. Stanton actually then hit a home run himself to tie the game, and then the home run by Lindor. I actually think the reason why this game was so important was for a reason other than the Subway Series, that was really Lindor's first big moment as a Met.
Yes.
So I always remember
how is that one's 5?
What do you mean?
It should be higher.
No, I wouldn't even put it on the list. But
Really?
I don't want to rip your list yet. So
I'm just talking about the epicness of the game.
Yeah, but it wasn't epic because the Mets were buried. Like, I agree with your point that it was a Lindor breakout moment, totally. I thought that the jawing back and forth.
In the standings.
They were buried in the standings.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, like, I remember when that moment happened, my reaction as a Met fan was too little too late.
Yeah.
But I was
just thinking independent of where you're sitting.
Well,
just
but
the
I think that
greatness
matters.
of the game.
I think where you sit and where the season goes absolutely matters.
Oh, that's baseball.
I thought that the chirping was going to lead to something, like in the future. And it never did. It's almost like gone away. Stanton's still a Yankee. Lindor's still a Met. And it's like it never happened. So that's kind of disappointing.
Number 4.
So we actually stay in the same year, 2021, but July 4th, so earlier in the year. First game of a doubleheader at Yankee Stadium. Mets trailing 5-4 entering the top of the 7th, because if you remember in 2021, the doubleheaders were 7-inning games.
Yep.
Pete Alonso leading things off, a solo shot off Aroldis Chapman to tie the game. Mets ended up scoring 5 more times in the inning, including a 2-run double by Jose Peraza. And to your point, Evan, the reason why I have this 4 instead of 5 in front of the Lindor game is because at the time, July 4th, the Mets were in first place.
They were. They were. I totally agree. I remember being pumped up for that because the Mets were. They didn't have a great record, but sometimes it doesn't matter. Look at the American League West this year.
Right.
They were maintaining a lead of first place in the NL East.
Number 3.
So I wanted to put this at 2, but I'm trying to keep recency bias out of this. So I'll go with yesterday's game at number 3. Tyrone Taylor, of course, the 3-run home run to tie it off David Bednar with 2 outs in the 9th. And then, of course, Carson Benj walking it off in the bottom of the 10th.
It's an epic way to win.
And if the Mets turn their season around, because it's always about what happens next.
Right.
Sometimes, like Al Leiter brought it up on his own when he was with us on Friday. He mentioned the coaches being fired at Yankee Stadium and Al Leiter pitching that game on Sunday night against Roger Clemens. The Mets lost 2 out of 3. The only reason that game is memorable is because of what happened next. The Mets went on a great run, and they ended up making the postseason.
Number 2.
All right, we go back to May 19th, 2006. Mets and Yankees at Shea. Wild game where the Yankees score 4 runs in the top of the first. Mets answer with 3 of their own off Randy Johnson in the bottom of the first. Eventually got to the bottom of the 9th, tied up. David Wright versus Mariano Rivera, winning run in scoring position. David hits one over Johnny Damon's head in straightaway center field to walk it off and give the Mets the win.
Very cool moment. And it was a good season because the Mets obviously got to the NLCS that year.
Number 1.
Of course, number 1, though, has to be the Matt Franco game-winning hit off of Mariano Rivera, July 10th. 1999. Now, I have to be honest.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, that's my jam.
I was not alive when this happened.
You weren't alive, Nico. How old are you?
I was born a month later in August of 99. So,
wow.
I can't tell you what I was feeling because I obviously had no feelings for this game. But when I go back and watch the highlights and read up about it, seemed like a crazy game, right? Like, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Yankees were up 2-0, then the Mets went up 4-2, and then the Yankees, they traded leads like 5 different times.
Yeah, and this is a line I'll borrow from Howie Rose. Mike Piazza hit the first ever home run at Citi Field 9 years after it opened, or before it opened, because he hit a home run out of Shea Stadium that was so far. It probably would have been a home run at Citi Field. That's the old joke. But yeah, that was a wild game, and you got to remember, in 1999, the Subway Series was still new. It was only the 3rd year of its existence, and so it was still special. And, I heard Craig say something on Friday. He's wrong, but that's okay. He said the Subway Series is still a big deal. It's downplayed by others. It's not that I downplay it. Like, it is still a biggish deal.
Yeah, of course.
But it is nowhere near what it used to be, and I have proof with me. They didn't sell out any of the 3 games.
This weekend?
This weekend was not sold out. It was close to a sellout. It was not sold out.
It was beautiful, too.
I understand. It wasn't sold out.
Is that because of the Mets' current plight in the standings?
It's because the Mets are pigs with their dynamic pricing, and the pricing was insane.
Right.
Like, you're asking someone to spend a fortune to go to a baseball game in the middle of May. But
when you're 8 games under 500.
That too, yeah. It's just, it is a big deal but it's not nearly what it used to be. Like when Matt Franco got that hit, it was like we won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Jokes aside from the Yankee fans who says, it's your World Series. No, that was our World Series. Like, I'll admit it. Matt Franco got that hit. I celebrated like I didn't know what to do with myself. And I think when you play a team every year, it's still special in a way. It's still cool, but it's not nearly as special as it used to be. And I think that's why it'll be almost impossible to top the Matt Franco moment in the regular season until they become division rivals. And then when they become division rivals, if there's a game to decide the division at the end of the year, obviously that would surpass it.
Right.
But hell of a list. Good job, Nico.
Well done.
Now, speaking of Howie Rose, on Saturday afternoon, my dad was going to the bathroom, and we sit right under Howie's booth, and my dad comes back. He's like, "Where's Howie?" I said, "What do you mean?" Turns around, I look at the booth. There's Pat McCarthy. There's Keith Radd. I'm like, that's crazy. I hope Howie's okay because he's not missing any home games.
Mm-hmm.
So where is he? Then after the game, we're listening to the postgame show, and we hear Howie Rose. And mysteriously, Keith Radd says, or Pat McCarthy says, yeah, Howie left early. More on that tomorrow, but don't worry, he's okay. So I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm glad he's okay.
Wait, but he was on the postgame podcast?
No. The highlights that they were playing from earlier in the game
I see.
included Howie Rose.
Got it.
So he was there, and then he left. Now, I'm glad they said he's okay because my first worry was, did he get ill?
Right, something happened.
What happened?
And what happened?
We have the answer. Would you like to hear it?
Of course I want to hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Howie Rose, as explained on the Odyssey Mets radio network, why he left a Met-Yankee game in the 6th inning on Saturday afternoon.
I was blessed to have been invited to the season finale of Saturday Night Live, featuring musical guest Paul McCartney.
The 1-1, outside, ball 2.
And it was for a fleeting, maybe 10 seconds, but maybe the biggest item on the bucket list has been crossed off, getting to meet Sir Paul, and it was surreal.
Wow. So he left the game early to meet Paul McCartney.
Wow.
Do we accept this?
I mean, you have to because it's Howie, but and it is Paul McCarthy. But that's just. I don't know if I would ever do that.
That's a bucket list item, though. Did you hear what he said?
Of course.
That's what got to me. I was like, damn. So if that's the thing on your list that you've never done, and you have a chance to do it, and the only thing keeping you from doing it is the 8th inning of a Mets-Yankees game, I mean, he's probably right. If it's a bucket list item, you got to do it.
Yeah.
It's also his last year. He doesn't need to waste his time with this.
That's true. I almost forget that he's retiring.
Yeah, I think when you're retiring,
right,
you can leave early whenever you want.
What are you going to hold it against me next year?
Yeah.
So go scratch.
Howie did explain later on in the broadcast that he did ask for permission. Like it wasn't as if, the architect didn't get a phone call. Mm-hmm. And honestly, how could you say no to Howie Rose?
Of course, especially given the circumstances that we were just alluding to, that this is his last year. He's enjoying life, obviously not working as hard as he was. Meaning as many games, and then you get a chance to meet Sir Paul McCartney in an intimate environment on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, for 10 seconds, though.
It doesn't matter. you still. It's not like you're meeting him at a 100,000 seat concert. It's at SNL.
No, it's a real meeting.
Absolutely it is. That's cool.
Is there anybody that you meet where that is like top of the bucket list? Like, I'll move all plans. I'll do whatever it takes to meet this guy or gal?
I don't know if I have one on top of my mind. It's because my favorite artist I've met.
So you've accomplished it.
Yeah.
You're like Howie Rose. The bucket list has been completed.
All right. Dave Matthews, big fan. I know him. It's Teddy Swims, same thing.
Yeah.
Like all the guys that I admire.
You've done it all?
I've met them.
Yeah.
So it's because I played football. So it was when I was in my younger days. Like being around was like, all right, you want to go to this? Sure, I'd love to go.
Right.
Meet Hugh Jackman, right? I'd love to go do whatever. You just get opportunities to do it. So I couldn't tell you off the top of my head who I would want to meet that I haven't.
Because naturally when Howie told that story, I think anyone who listened to it, or even if you listen to it right now on the station, you're probably thinking, all right, who's the one person I'd love to meet? And I've been in my life fortunate to have the chance to meet people, but refuse to. Because I don't want...
You don't want to be ruined?
Yeah, I don't want it ruined. I've told the story about Carrie Underwood, that I had a chance to meet her many years ago, and I said, why am I going to meet her? Like, I think she's a great artist. I think she's brilliant. Like, what am I going to say to her? She's just going to think I'm weird. Like, what can I possibly say? You're great. I knew you were great on American Idol. Like, what am I going to say?
But they're also just normal people.
I know that, but normal people can be jerks. So why risk that?
Yeah. You don't want your image of them ruined.
So I made the decision it's not worth meeting.
So who is it?
Like currently?
Yeah, who is yours?
I think I have to think of it more in the context of someone I'd want to talk to, not just meet.
Yeah,
like somebody I can
right.
ask questions to.
That's right. So then Barack for me.
To me, it's either George W. Bush or Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Would be the
I agree with that. Even though I met George, so it'd be Barack for me.
That doesn't count. I've already met George.
I used to go to the White House Correspondents' dinners.
I understand.
It was awesome.
I think it would have been Reagan if he was alive. And fortunately, we know about the last few years of his life. We wouldn't have had a conversation, unfortunately. But it wouldn't be to meet them. Like, if you told me I'm going to just pass by George Bush, it's like, okay, who gives a crap?
Right.
Like, if you told me you can sit down and
you want to
interview
learn
him,
something. You want to take not just a picture. You want to take knowledge away with you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, in Howie's case,
I can see that.
In Howie's case, he didn't need a conversation with Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
He just needed to walk past him for 10 seconds. So, very cool moment for Howie. I'm proud.
Cool.
I'm happy for him because you could hear it in his voice how much that moment meant to him. But we've also solved the riddle on why he left early. So you're okay with it?
Yeah, I am. I'm okay.
We should ask Boomer, see if he's going to complain about it tomorrow once he finds out.
What if it was a playoff game?
No, you can't leave a playoff game. No, I can't. No.
Yeah, I think
Don't even think about it.
Yeah,
Evan.
I'd have a problem.
No,
with that.
you can't do that.
I'd have a problem with that.
Can't do that.
We need to find out Boomer though, because Boomer's going to rip him tomorrow once he finds out.
Really?
Yeah, he's that kind of guy.
I mean,
I can see that. You're leaving Mets Yankees to meet Paul McCartney, overrated song guy anyway. Nah, I don't know if Boomer would say that. We'll find out. Maybe Jerry will ask him tomorrow. Let's go to John in Lake George. What's up, John?
Hey, John.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
All's
You guys
well.
are awesome.
What's up, man?
Hey, I went to the Yankee game yesterday, Yankee-Met game.
Yes.
And I brought my two nephews. And one of them never seen a ball game before.
Nice.
Come bottom of the ninth inning. One looks at me and says, "I'm sorry, Uncle John." I said, "Buddy, it's not over yet." And then the other nephew looked at me and goes, "Oh, boy, one swing of the bat, and the Yankees could lose." And bam, there
it goes.
Was so awesome. I mean, it's a trip. You got to take the train from Albany to New York, and oh, my God.
That's an investment right there. That's an investment.
It was a $1,500 day.
Damn.
Wow.
But you know what?
That's a hike.
There's a lot of baseball games you can go to on a $1,500 day. And other than like the moments of baseball and seeing your nephews or sons smile, there's nothing about the game that you remember. Just the important stuff, like being with your kids.
one.
This is one of those games you'll remember.
No doubt.
So as much as it cost you and as much of a pain in the ass as it was, even if this doesn't lead anywhere for the Mets season or the Yankees go on to win the World Series anyway, like a game-tying bottom of the ninth inning home run that comes out of nowhere.
Right. You made a memory by Tyrone Taylor, of all people.
No doubt. That's a memory right there.
100%.
And it's a lesson.
So that's worth it. Even though, I mean, maybe not $1,500 worth.
Maybe not $1,500.
It is worth it.
But it's a great lesson that you should never leave a game early. And I was getting an earful from Spence because I took him to Knicks-Nets twice at Madison Square Garden. And for those that remember, the Knicks won both of those games by about 50 points.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, I was the one who said, "Spence, we need to go." And he's like, "No, I don't want to go. The game is still on."
But have you taught or not taught Spence the mathematical elimination
I tried.
formula?
I tried to say the game is mathematically over.
Yes.
But when the Mets
Then it's okay.
when the Mets came back yesterday, he did say, "This is why you don't leave early."
Yeah, but in baseball, unless it's double-digit leads, you're never mathematically eliminated.
By the way, even with a double-digit lead, you're not mathematically eliminated. There's no clock.
True, but you're not mathematically eliminated, especially when you're down by 3 runs.
I think in baseball, and I've always thought this is why baseball, to me, is the best sport in the world. Because there is no clock. Forget the pitch clock for a second. If there's a football game that's 35-3 with 2 minutes to go, the game is over.
Yeah, there's a constraint that you don't have control over.
Right. So we all know the game is over. Even if it's 12-1 in the bottom of the ninth inning, the game truly isn't over.
Right.
Like, I know that sounds crazy and you'll never see a comeback, but you could. And for that reason, I don't leave a game early. I followed that rule from my dad because what if you did? Yeah, yesterday was 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth inning. That's one thing. What if it's 9 runs in the bottom of the ninth inning and they come back?
Right.
What if that's the game? So that's a wrinkle of baseball that makes it unique from all the other sports.
That's true. There's no other sport like it.
No other sports like that. John is on Long Island. Hey, John.
Cricket.
Hey, what's up, Tiki?
What's up?
What's up, John?
It's Sunday when football season is going. Love you, bro. But wanted to talk to you guys about. I've heard talk about Jazz, Wells, bullpen, all this stuff, and I never hear anything about one of the other huge problems we have on this team, and that's Trent Grisham. He's by the metrics, he's the worst center fielder in the game. He's dead last in fielding percentage among center fielders. He's third from last in on-base percentage with a 293, which is exactly the same on-base percentage as Wells, but nobody wants to talk about him. And he's the only one we actually have a replacement for. We had two of them. We had Martian, who had a better spring training, didn't get the job. Spencer Jones. I mean, you should have one of these guys in there, you know. And then Wells. I mean, at home, 400 OPS at home. He's actually hitting pretty well on the road, and he actually hits pretty well with runners in scoring position. So great pinch hitter. But why would this guy be hitting leadoff when he's got a 293 on base percentage?
There's a lot there about Trent Grisham. Let's attack a few of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, he should not lead off. I completely agree with you. Number two, he has 27 RBIs. And so as bad as he's been in terms of getting on base, as bad as his OPS is, he's run into some big hits this year
that tells you something.
Somehow has him as a pace to drive in 100 runs.
Yeah, that tells you something right there. And, you know, the alternatives are not available. Jason Dominguez is hurt. Spencer Jones is basically the same.
Well, they're not available. I mean, I guess Spencer Jones could be his replacement.
That's what I'm saying. But he's the same as he's got a very low on-base percentage, and he's hitting under 200.
I also think the defense that you described, like, yes, based on outs above average, Trent Grisham's not had a good year. Trent Grisham made a diving play yesterday that saved the Yankees the lead.
Your eyes then lie to you. The stats are telling you something false.
Yeah, I think
because the eye test tells you that Trent Grisham is playing pretty good center field.
Well, it's a part of why outs above average is like it's a nice defensive metric, but what does it actually mean? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the problem you run into.
Right.
Like look at it.
What you look at is how many errors has he made.
But even that isn't the fairest thing in the world.
Of course it's not, but still. Like, I hear you. Outs above average, I couldn't explain it to you. Like, how do they calculate that?
Yeah. And, like, what happens on a horrible miscue? Like, Carson Bench drops a pop-up in right field, but he also makes circus catches.
Yes.
So how does that even balance itself out?
That's right.
I think the Trent Grisham problem may become one. And I think leading off is a problem. And I've said this many, many times, so I'll repeat it again. He should not be the leadoff hitter.
Ben Rice
or Aaron Judge should be the leadoff hitter. You could take your choice. And I'd have Trent Grisham more towards the bottom of the order, where, believe it or not, he could have more RBI opportunities in that spot too. But I think right now he isn't their most pressing issue. Austin Wells is a bigger problem than Trent Grisham.
Because he's every day as a catcher. You need that production, and you're not getting it. You're not getting it from Ascara either.
And the other thing about Grisham is that Spencer Jones is getting a chance to play. Go play well. Giancarlo's going to come back. Go play well. Dominguez will come back from the IL. If guys play well enough and Grisham is still hitting 175, then eventually a change may happen. But I think right now, when you're talking about the best players to put on the field, Grisham is still one of their best options, but he shouldn't be the leadoff hitter.
Right.
That needs to change. Today's date is May 18th, 2026. Is that correct?
That is correct. Monday, May 18th.
We have breaking news about the New York Giants and the New York Jets from 25 years ago. But it's interesting and it's important. We'll address that coming up, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, no bubbles, no troubles. Look for the new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry half and half in stores now. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Detroit Pistons were not ready for primetime and turned out to be a fraudulent 1 seed despite winning 60 regular season games. Would have lost to Orlando in the first round if Franz Wagner didn't get hurt and blown out at home in Game 7 by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The future is bright in Detroit. Cade Cunningham's an absolute megastar, but until the Pistons get better players around Cade, this will be what happens in the playoffs. I'm Nick Costos.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Water damage happens fast. So can the cleanup when you call on the restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Summer means longer days and more deals at Lowe's. This Memorial Day, shop Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Plus, get select 1.5-gallon red, white, and blue annuals hanging baskets, 2 for $15 to show off your favorite plants. Stop traffic with stunning landscaping and save while you do it. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Hey, hockey fans, ready for the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs? Get in on the action throughout hockey's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players, you'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. You won't want to miss any of the action on the ice. Lock your picks today for the NHL Stanley Cup with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Sign up today to get started. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements.
MSC Cruises feel so stylish and European. Let's espresso and gelato.
Espresso and gelato? Those aren't verbs.
Yeah, on MSC Cruises they are.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm into the American stuff. Let's coffee and soft serve.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe later we can chaise lounge and espadrille?
I think you mean pool chair and flip-flop.
For a limited time, get up to 30% off cruises, plus kids sail free.
To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta. Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always safe for event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. Right now is the time to make sure that your current cooling system is ready for hot weather. You don't want it to fail when it's 90 degrees out, and if it's over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now from my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's air conditioning experts and have been for decades. Take it from me. These guys have done plenty of work on my house. You'll save money and stay cooler. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The right tools aren't optional. They're how the job gets done right. That's why a lot of us run with Napa for tools and equipment we can count on. From Milwaukee fuel sets, sockets, and impacts that deliver real power when you need it, to Carlisle hand tools built for precision, durability, and everyday use. It's professional-grade gear that keeps your bays moving and your business running strong. So when you need the right tool, right now, you know where to go. Napa.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
We love talking about the Knicks and Nets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
It's rare that I would say this, but we have breaking news about old stories, but legendary stories in the annals of New York sports, or the annals of New York sports.
I don't even know this story.
Yeah, so we've got two.
And I should, because I was on the team when this thing broke.
Yeah, you're a big part of this. So let's start with the Giants. We have breaking news around Eli Manning forcing his way to the New York Giants, which obviously turned out to be pretty good. 2 Super Bowls, eventually a Hall of Fame career, lifelong Giant. Everybody's happy.
Legend. He's a beloved legend.
And it didn't always start off that way. I remember back to when Eli forced his way here. I, as an IFO, or just as a Jet fan back then, kind of viewed it as, why doesn't he want to go to San Diego?
Yeah.
Like, the weather's beautiful. LaDainian Tomlinson's on the team. Like, they've got talent. Like, it's not as if it's the Cleveland Browns or even the New York Jets, though the Jets weren't the Jets back then. We were actually a functioning franchise. So
they had a Hall of Fame tight end, too.
Antonio Gates, yeah.
I mean, he could have played with a Hall of Fame running back.
From a roster standpoint and a weather standpoint,
it was great.
It never made sense. So the stereotype was, well, it was Archie. It was Archie. Wanted New York, the New York City, the limelight, whatever the reason. And so Eli Manning did an interview, the Bussin' with the Boys podcast, and revealed like specific stories and reasons for why he didn't want to go to the Chargers. And this part I'm about to play for you is something I've never heard before. I don't know if Eli's ever talked about it until now, on why he didn't want to go to the San Diego Chargers.
They came to work me out in New Orleans and went through a full workout. We went to dinner that night, and like there was just friction between the head coach, the general manager, like the owners, they're all like yelling, kind of like fighting. We're at a Marriott, like, restaurant, and Schottenheimer's mad that he's like, we're in New Orleans, we're eating at a Marriott, and so he's like pissed. They're like kind of just bickering, and it just didn't seem like there was a whole lot of like agreement on things, and like they were kind of like committed to building a great winning franchise at that moment.
I never heard, and you know what? When you hear that, like, okay, he's at a dinner with the Chargers, and you got Marty Schottenheimer, you got Dean Spanos, you got all these power brokers, and you can sense that they're not getting along.
Yeah.
That is definitely a sign of, do I really want to go there?
No, Alex Spanos.
Alex Spanos.
Right.
Who's Dean Spanos? Isn't that the owner?
That's his brother. Oh, wait. Now I'm forgetting.
One of the Spanoses.
Right.
And I guess he sort of turned out right because Marty Schottenheimer got fired 3 years later. But the Chargers did have great success, like regular season success. They won a lot of games. But you hear that reasoning, and it's like, okay, I kind of get that.
Right.
And it doesn't sound like it was the domineering father forcing his way to New York. Now, maybe this is the story Eli wants to put out there all these years later, but I genuinely believed him.
It sounds like it.
It shed a new light on why he didn't want the Chargers.
Yeah, and it would make sense. If you are Eli Manning, your brother has already had lots of success in the NFL, and your father has been a legend in the NFL, and so you know the workings. Like, you know what's going on. You're not a naive, let's see, how old was he? 22, whatever he was, 22-year-old kid coming into the league. You're not naive, like, oh, I wonder what the NFL is all about. I wonder what winning, formulas look like. You know exactly what to look for.
Right.
And so when you get Marty Schottenheimer and A.J. Smith and Alex Spanos arguing, bickering, bitching about where you're eating in New Orleans, which I can understand. You're in New Orleans. Why are you going to eat at a Marriott?
I mean, Marty's right.
Yeah, absolutely, he's right.
See, Marty.
And then it just leads into this spiral of, we do this, I hate you, you stink, this sucks, etc. I'd be like, dude, get me out of here. And I'm sure his father was with him, and that's what they talked about. Like when they're driving home, because I think they live down there. When they're driving back home to the crib, they're like, "That was ugly." And we don't. That's not a place you want to be.
And Eli said that he didn't want to bomb the meeting because he thought, like, I don't want to bomb the meeting. I don't want that to be talked about. Like, I don't want to tank the meeting
in real time.
In real time.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to be overly impressive, which is funny. Like, I'm not going to go in there and bomb the thing, but I also don't want them falling in love with me because they do have the number one pick. And at the end of the day,
they still wanted him.
And then eventually they made a trade, which ultimately worked out really well for them.
Well, yeah, they drafted him and then traded him.
Yeah, they drafted him and then they traded him. And they end up drafting Phillip Rivers, who had a great career. They end up using one of the picks they got from the Giants to draft Sean Merriman. Like, the trade really worked out for the Chargers, even if they didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they should have been. Look, they went to the wild card game that year. They lost in the wild card. Then they didn't make the playoffs.
And then they made the playoffs 4 straight years. And they fired Marty Schottenheimer off a 14-2 season.
I know.
The alternate history.
I mean, it helped because they got 2 steps farther.
Sure.
The next year.
Yep.
But they never did end up winning a championship.
They lost the championship game to the Patriots the year the Giants beat the Patriots.
That's right.
We came very close to a Manning Bowl.
Imagine that?
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Eli against the team he refused to play for?
That would have been an awesome. I mean, no, it wouldn't have been because
you beat the Patriots.
New England was undefeated, so it wouldn't have been awesome. But you know what I mean?
No, I know.
It would have been great from the Giant Charger narrative standpoint.
There's 2 alternate histories. There's what happens with the Giants if they don't get Eli Manning. Like, is it Ben Roethlisberger? Is it Phillip Rivers? And how does that player pan out here?
It's interesting because Ernie Accorsi was one who made that decision, and he loved Eli. He knew he wanted Eli.
Yep.
But like, people are forgetting, we had a quarterback in Kerry Collins who took us to a Super Bowl. Now, he was getting older, so at some point we're going to have to draft his replacement. Like, I don't know if Ben Roethlisberger would have had the success here that Eli did.
I don't know. He was in a great spot in Pittsburgh. He inherited a team that went 15-1. I think he went 14-0 that year.
He did, but it wasn't on him.
Right. That's my point.
Right. And so
he was carried by the team.
But we also have kind of somewhat glossed over, or maybe half buried. Like, Ben Roethlisberger had a lot of issues.
Oh, no. Off the field.
Yeah. And if that happened in New York,
I think he's gone.
I 100% agree with
I agree.
And I'm not saying he's not turned into a great quarterback, but he did. I don't know if he would have made it through those early issues.
Yeah, I think the alternate history, even if you think Roethlisberger had a better career than Manning, which I think he ultimately did.
Yeah.
I don't know if him in New York works out better than Eli in New York. And Eli in San Diego is odd, too, because remember, Drew Brees was there. They sat Rivers for 2 years. So does it play out the same way? Or do the Chargers after 2 years say, you know what? Eli's not the guy. We're going to stick with Drew Brees. And then they trade Eli Manning.
Right.
Like, who the hell knows?
Yeah, there's a lot of sliding doors in the Eli Manning football saga.
So there's your update on Eli forcing his way from the Chargers, but we have another update. This from the New York Jets. This from Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick did an interview with Barstool, with Big Cat and PFT, I think is his name, and the Pardon My Take podcast, very popular podcast. Bill Belichick was on and got specific on why he did not want to coach the New York Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Belichick, please be more specific.
Did you ever think, like, maybe I should have grabbed, like, an envelope or, like, a half-torn sheet of paper to write my resignation letter on?
Yeah, in retrospect, I don't think that was the greatest choice.
Yeah. I don't know. It got the message across, I
It
think.
certainly did. Yeah, it did in a very, I don't know. It wasn't the classiest thing I've ever done, I'll say that.
Yeah. But I mean,
I wasn't in a mood. I was in a mood at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'd say it probably worked out for you, though.
Well, I mean, I had worked for Modell, and the two trains that were coming down the tracks were Dolan and Woody Johnson, and I just felt like don't feel comfortable working for whichever one of those guys ends up with the team. Nothing personal. I just, I'd had a bad experience. And I was either I'm going to work for a good owner or an owner that I felt comfortable with shared a vision with, or I'm not working for that.
Oh, interesting. So if this was because of the Leon Hess.
So Leon Hess had passed away, and they were being sold. And the two trains, as he talked about, the two leading candidates to purchase the New York Jets were Woody Johnson and James Dolan.
By the way, the word he was looking for was callous.
Callous.
The way he resigned.
Yes.
it was callous.
Well, I think he said classless. Didn't he say that too?
I don't remember what exactly he said, but he said it's not the most whatever. But
he admitted,
the word he was looking for was callous.
He admitted he didn't do it the right way.
Right.
And by the way, who cares how he did it? Like if he was resigning as the HC of the NYJ, that part I'm over. But I hear him explain that. And honestly, I know things have worked out well for Dolan and the Knicks right now, but James Dolan was a train wreck of an owner. Woody Johnson is a train wreck of an owner. You can't blame Bill.
He was right.
For that opinion.
Right, he was right.
Of course he was right.
Yeah. And obviously it worked out, clearly.
It worked out for him. It's been a disaster for us. But if we're being fair about the two trains coming down the road as he described it, it took Dolan about a decade and a half before now we view him as, okay, he knows what he's doing. And I think he'd be the first to admit it. Dolan knows about the mistakes he used to make.
Right.
And Woody Johnson is still a train wreck.
Okay, so let's revise history then. Another sliding glass moment here for the Jets.
The New York Jets suck.
What if Dolan had bought the Jets?
Yes.
Do you think they'd be in a better spot now? Just given where James Dolan has evolved to. Obviously, we know what he's done with the Rangers and the Knicks now, but would the Jets be in a better spot?
The reason I'd say yes is because
I think the answer is obviously yes.
Well, twofold. Okay, now let me walk you through this, and I got to really figure out what the hell was going on. Didn't Dolan block the Jets from building a stadium on the west side of Manhattan after he didn't successfully buy the New York Jets? The answer is yes.
Yeah. I don't
So if Dolan buys the team, do we have a stadium on the west side of Manhattan?
No, I mean, maybe.
It's his.
Yeah.
And then he's got the Empire of Manhattan.
That's interesting.
He's got the Knicks, the Rangers, and the Jets. So number one.
And then it worked out for the owner of the Miami Dolphins because he bought Hudson Yards.
Oh, that's right. He buys them.
Right.
Yeah. So if Dolan buys the team, because you asked the question, hey, would the Jets have been better off if Dolan bought the team?
They'd have their own stadium.
Number one, I think they have their own stadium in New York City.
Yep.
And then number two, while I'm sure he would have made the same handsy mistakes he made with the Knicks and the Rangers, he's made it work with both franchises eventually.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Rangers are going through a downturn right now with Drury, but they had success. They've been to a cup final. The Knicks are obviously at their pinnacle. And considering where the Jets are, a decade and a half without the postseason and Woody being clueless, the answer is clearly yes, Dolan would have been better.
I agree. And I wonder if Bill Belichick was the Jets head coach, James Dolan is the owner, does it happen quicker? You know what I mean? You know
Does he find Tom Brady? I mean, does he still draft him?
He probably finds
someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because Bill's a good coach.
But keep in mind, what Bill Belichick made very clear in that interview is James Dolan was a bad train, too. He didn't want to work for Dolan.
Yeah.
He didn't want to work for Dolan. He didn't want to work for Woody. And ultimately, he selected Bob Kraft. And say what you want about Bob Kraft. Obviously, he has been a great owner.
Yep.
And there's been great success.
He's a Hall of Fame owner.
So there you go. We've got updates from the last 30 years. Belichick and his decision to not be the Jet head coach. And Eli, the decision to force his way to the New York Giants.
Right.
Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Michael is in Happy Valley. What's up, Michael?
Hey, Evan, Teak. Hey, good morning.
What's up?
Good afternoon for you. How you doing?
What up? Yeah,
What's
you're
up,
out in
man?
Oregon. It's still morning.
Yeah, it is for a little bit. Hey, big fan of the Rico Brone. You haven't missed an episode in about 2 years. Love the podcast.
Wow, appreciate it.
Yeah, well deserved. With that being said, 2 Mets points here. I'm going to go quick and let you guys roll with it. First off, I bash Mendoza a lot, especially the way he manages on a day-to-day. Yesterday with Terrence. Sorry?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yesterday with Terrence, bringing in Terrence on a day off, the Taylor move, even kind of leaving in Minaya and like almost deep down feeling like he knew everything was going to work out. Like, I'm going to give Mendoza a lot of credit.
But those are the moves that people criticize.
Yeah.
Like keeping Sean Manaea in the game, some Met fans would deem as a punt because he's looking towards the next day and the day after that and the status of his bullpen. And pinch hitting for MJ Melendez as early as he did a week ago was roundly criticized.
Yeah, especially for Tyrone Taylor, who's not having a great season, even though he's been playing better over the last couple of weeks. But you do have to give him credit, but it did feel like this is a lost game.
Yeah, and I think that Mendy was right for doing that. Like, that's another difference between the Subway Series of 2026 and the Subway Series of 1999. Joe Torre and Bobby Valentine would manage Subway Series games as if they were the playoffs. Yeah. Mariano Rivera, go get me a 4 or 5 out save.
Because they know how important it is to the fan bases. And,
correct.
And just the dialogue that's going to happen over the next or the following week or so.
1,000%. That's not the case anymore. I mean, Carlos Mendoza managed yesterday's game looking at the 162. He knew the Mets don't have an off day for another week and a half. He knows the bullpen has been taxed. Mm-hmm. And so Sean Manaea was extended yesterday despite not being great because they needed to save their bullpen.
Right.
And they didn't go to Devin Williams until they tied the game. So Mendy kind of did what he's normally been doing, except this time it worked.
Right. And it only worked because David Bednar hung a curveball.
Yes. Thank you, David Bednar. Mm-hmm. Thank you, New York Yankees. They did not have a good weekend, and they aided the Mets winning 2 out of 3.
Well, they just also haven't been good on the road.
Yes.
They've been very good at home.
Now, is that really a road game?
It wasn't. Technically it is, but they don't win on the road.
They don't.
They're 500 on the road.
David is in Maplewood, New Jersey. What's up, David?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Hope you had a nice weekend.
What's up?
Do you have the stats and the standings of how many men the Yankees have left on base this year?
I can find that out for you. Why? Are you curious? You think it's the most in baseball?
Yeah, I think it's the most in baseball. They've left the bases loaded so often.
They've actually hit over 300 with runners in scoring position. So Evan will find you the
I have
stat.
the answer.
It doesn't feel like it, but over the last 2 weeks, David, it feels like the Yankees have been bad.
The New York Yankees have left the most guys
and
on
the
base.
bases loaded, especially.
Yeah, believe it or not, they're towards the bottom. So I'm not going to make you feel good. They've left the 3rd fewest guys on base in Major League Baseball.
Yeah,
Isn't that kind of crazy?
It is because we get these notes after every game, and they talk about hitting with runners in scoring position all the time in these notes. And the Yankees, even the Trent Grisham, even these guys who are having bad seasons so far, hit well with runners in scoring position.
Right.
They just didn't yesterday.
Yeah, they left a lot of guys on base this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt about it. So, but that isn't a running problem necessarily for this team. They didn't get the big hit this weekend.
The Yankees are going to be fine. And who needed this series more? It was clearly the Mets.
I said that going in. I said look, it'll be disappointing, and it is disappointing. You'll hear about it for 5 hours with Big Mac at 2 o'clock. Like, you don't want to lose these games. You don't want to lose to bad teams. You don't want to lose to the Mets, and you don't want to lose when games are handed to you. But at the end of the day, they're 9 games above 500, and they are still the best team in the American League.
Right.
Despite the issues that we've talked about today. The Mets are trying to work their way back. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how good the Mets are. In fact, I don't think the Mets are very good.
Yeah, it's weird because we keep having this conversation, and look, they played very well as of late. The Mets have winning a series against the Yankees, obviously sweeping the previous one, and so you know that they have it in them. It's just, do you trust that it's going to continue? And I can't say with certainty that it is, especially with Clay Holmes now banged up, and we know what the Freddy Peralta issue is, and they have so many injuries in other places as well, including Francisco Lindor, who was kind of their captain and catalyst for the last couple of years. It feels like it's getting better, but I don't know if it actually is better.
I also think you owe baseball players an apology.
Why is that?
Because as a big, tough football player, and you are very tough, we all respect you, Tiki.
Played hurt.
Yes, you have. At times, you talk down about the baseball player. At times. At times. Okay.
Only when they're soft.
Okay. Clay Holmes pitched with a broken freaking leg.
I love Clay Holmes. That's why I drafted him in my fantasy baseball team.
Damn
I just had to drop him because he's not coming back anytime soon.
That's right. That's okay. I'm not going to hate you for that.
You told me to do it.
Well, I told you to drop him because he's not coming back anytime soon.
I know.
And it's a wasted roster spot.
It is.
But my point is, Clay Holmes, and I am still stunned by what happened on Friday, gets hit by a line drive off the bat of Spencer Jones. I still haven't seen it because I was waiting online to go to the bathroom.
Dude, when you watch it, when you rewatch it, watch it with the sound up. Because you hear the crack of the bat, and then you hear the crack of the bone. Like you literally hear it.
So you hear the crack of the bone, yet the trainers of the New York Mets didn't, because he stayed in the game and then comes out for the next inning. I mean,
dude, respect to Clay Holmes, for real.
Major respect. And what we learned about Clay Holmes is how much he's admired in the Met locker room, because the guys really took it tough upon hearing this news.
Right.
Guys get hurt, and it sucks when guys get hurt. Like Francisco Lindor got hurt.
Right.
That sucks.
I'm surprised that because it happened 3 times in that game on
Yeah,
Friday.
Schlittler got beat up a few times, and the baseball was bruised.
I'm surprised.
Not Schlittler.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more. Right?
Comebackers injuring pitchers.
Comebackers hit right at the pitcher.
Yeah,
and they just dodge it sometimes, or they miss by an inch. I mean, sports is a game of inches. We know this from all levels of sport: hockey, baseball, basketball, all of that. But the fact that three hit by a batted ball happened in one game, and Cam Schlittler is completely fine,
of course,
and Clay Holmes has a broken fibula.
Just bad luck, man.
Bad luck.
And horrible luck for him because he was having such a good year. Now, the Yankees touched him up that day, so I don't want to use it as an excuse. Those 3 runs in the 3rd inning, all legitimate, all fair. Right. But Clay was having a really good year, and he breaks a freaking bone in his leg and then stays in the game. No more soft baseball talk from you, Teak. Baseball players are tough.
Certain baseball players.
Certain. That's true. Yeah, I guess not all of them. Certain baseball players are very tough. We'll get back to your phone calls coming up at 888-808-1019. And I got to tell you how some guy thought I was Iron Eagle yesterday. It was weird. The Travelers Championship, this is where greatness locks in, where the wins hit harder. For 4 perfect days in June, see returning champion Keegan Bradley and more of the world's best like Scotty Scheffler, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, and Cameron Young at nearby TPC River Highlands, June 24th through the 28th. For tickets and information, go to TravelersChampionship.com. The Travelers Championship, now is the time. This is the place.
That's a great track up there, too, as well. I'm always incredibly busy juggling life and travel. But knowing I'm safe and my family is safe, especially when I'm not with them, is paramount. So I turn to our partners at Slomin's, who recently installed the Slomin Shield Link system into our home, a smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that's manageable right from your phone. From the smoke and fire alarms, the doorbell cameras, I can lock and unlock my doors and get the camera lighting going just when I set my alarm. It's fantastic. I especially love the Apple Music that I can start pumping before I walk into the house. Experience the home and the future of home security and automation with the Slomin Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomins.com.
Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Ray Cattina Mercedes-Benz of Edison and by Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you.
It's It's After Hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of sports, is that as much as you're upset to see some homegrown players leave, all of a sudden, here we are in May, and there are new homegrown players to fall in love with. Nolan McLean, A.J. Ewing, Carson Bench.
Get After Hours on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and the free Odyssey app.
Summer starts behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event. Shop over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience Ray Katina customer service, and you'll see why Mercedes-Benz of Edison earned the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
I'm Tyler Kolek, and I got my Lincoln right here at Lincoln of Queens. Smooth ride, no hassle. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. It's our employee pricing sale. You pay what we pay. Lease a 26 Nautilus for $563 a month.
36-month lease requires $58.20 due at sign-up. Excludes tax, title, and MV fees. See dealer for details. Expires July 6th.
Lincoln of Queens, where Queens goes. Go New York, go New York, go.
If you're looking for a great price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go. Town Fair Tire, where you always get the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires. But it doesn't end there, because Town Fair Tire gives you free services for the life of your Falcon tires. More free services than any other tire dealer. That's why we say nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Baseball season is here, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi.
You can also trade who will win the big game awards, which teams will win their division right now. You can even trade who the next manager for Boston and Philadelphia will be, as well as the date when a manager will be fired by. Maybe you want to trade on who will win the championship. The team from the Bronx is trading at 14% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $655 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com.regulatory. The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal. No substitutions, participations, and times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
It's the Memorial Funbelievable event at Nielsen Dodge.
You can lease a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram for $299 or under.
Choose from hundreds of new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $299 a month. Yes, just $299 per month.
Or choose from hundreds of certified pre-owned vehicles. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade-in.
Under $299, that's Funbelievable.
Drive away today for just $299 or under on Route 10 in East Hanover, online at nielsendodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event. With approval, term 36 months, due at signing, $52.99, add tax time, $4.98, doc, and DM fee.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Whether you root for the Mets, Yanks, or another squad, there's one destination every baseball fan needs to hit. The MLB flagship store in the heart of Midtown. We're talking 2 floors of baseball heaven, the spirit of the game vibes all year long at the MLB flagship store at 6th Avenue and 51st Street. MLB trademarks used with permission.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW-1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Oh, hey, how was your vacation on MSC Cruises?
It wasn't just a vacation. It was a...
holiday. What's the difference?
It's a... holiday. Because there's European style and American comfort.
Does that happen every time you say that?
I don't know. But on... holiday. There's fresh-made pasta, and you can cheer on your favorite team at the sports bar.
Now I want to go on.
For a limited time, get up to 30% off cruises, plus kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
This Fan Focus is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. The New Orleans Pelicans have got their guy. They've hired Jamal Mosley to be the next head coach after he was fired by the Orlando Magic. Mosley led the Magic to a 45-37 season, but after blowing a 3-1 lead in the first round against Detroit, Orlando decided to move on. Mosley's deal with the Pelicans is for 5 seasons.
Good for him. Landed on his feet after the Magic promptly fired him. I thought they were going to fire him in the middle of the play-in tournament. And then they made it, and they gave the Pistons quite a scare as they took a 3-1 series lead before they blew that series. But now we're down to the Final Four. Knicks-Cavs tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden. And I think appointment TV, if you love basketball, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. Both baseball teams are back in action. Mets are down in D.C. against the Nationals. And the Yankees are opening up a somewhat important homestand. Like, it is the middle of May. Mm-hmm. The American League is trash, so it's tough to go overboard on the importance of these games. But the Yankees are in a funk. They've lost 7 out of their last 9 games, and they're facing their division rivals. I think the Blue Jays have talent and will eventually get back into this race in the American League East. And then, obviously, over the weekend, the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, that's the more important one, I think.
For now.
Because the Tampa Bay Rays and the loss column at least have 3-game lead on them.
Yes. Dude, if you look at the standings right now, and I mentioned this earlier, the American League features a division leader that is currently sitting at 500 in the A's, and the third wild card team is 2 games under 500.
Yeah, I'm surprised the A's, they're just surprising me this year. But I guess you kind of thought this at the beginning of the year.
I thought they would be better, and I thought they'd contend for a playoff spot.
But at 500, they should be second or third in the division.
Yes.
Instead, they're leading the division.
They're leading their division. It's crazy.
I don't think anybody Seattle's going
to win that division.
Yeah. They've just been underperforming.
Yes. They're 4 games under 500. They got hot, then they cooled off. They lost their last 3 games. But I think they'll ultimately win that division. The Blue Jays are interesting. They come to town 4 games under 500. They've won a couple of games in a row. They feel like a team that will emerge and maybe not get back to the World Series, but at least be a factor in that American League East. So it's big games for them because they're trying to cut into some the deficit that they've created in the American League East.
9.5 back there in the Rays, but they're 6 games back for the Yankees.
That's right.
So these matter a lot.
No doubt for them. Yesterday I was at Citi Field and I got recognized and it was very, very awkward. So a guy comes up to me. I was getting ice cream with my son and he says, "Hey, Ian." I'm like, "Ian." And he's like, "Are you Ian Eagle?"
Really?
So, yeah, he said, and I thought he was joking. So I said, "Yeah, this is how I get ready for Game 7 of an NBA playoff game I'm about to call." Because Ian did the game last night on Amazon Prime. I kind of knew that. And so he laughed and then said, "Yeah, I'm a big fan of the show. I saw the scorebook, so I figured it was you, Ian." And I'm like, "Oh, God, this guy thinks I'm Ian Eagle, but thinks I'm me." And so he somehow morphed me and Ian Eagle.
Because how do you conflate that?
I don't know. He knows about the show. "Huh, Tiki, yeah, I love you guys." So you score every game?
Hold on. He thinks Ian Eagle does the midday show with me?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he thinks it's Ian and Tiki.
I mean, we do have Ian on often, not always Ian Eagle. We do have an Ian.
That's right. That's right. So this continued, and I didn't have the heart to correct him. I was just like answering his questions, like, "Oh, yeah, I started scoring games then. Oh, your book." So he knew about me, but thought my name was Ian Eagle.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Ian hasn't written a book, has he?
I don't think so. He could, though.
Yeah.
He could write some book. So I texted Ian.
It could be my play-by-play Bible.
He could do that, man. Think about the games.
Dude, it'd be epic because it's football, too.
Oh, he's got football. He's got college basketball.
Right.
He's got the NBA. Obviously, a brilliant career. I told Ian, I said, "I feel bad for you. There's a guy roaming the earth who thinks Ian Eagle works for WFAN with Tiki Barber. Like, he thinks that's Ian Eagle."
Ian is great. I've called some games with him. He's awesome.
I tried to, think about this in other terms. Like, is there a professional athlete's name that you would just mess up and think like all of a sudden you go up to a guy and you're like, "Oh, you Michael Irvin?" and you're really talking to Richard Jefferson?
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, you're Michael Irvin."
I mean, the only thing explainable in our orbit here would be if Rondé was at a game.
That would make sense.
And they were like, "Hey, Teague, I love you with Evan."
That would make sense.
And he would play it along.
Yes. But me and Ian Eagle, I don't
And then he'd ask a baseball question, and Ronnie would be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
That's where he would know.
He would know.
So, yeah, there is a person roaming the earth. Very nice guy, wonderful gentleman. I don't mean to make fun of him. I'm not.
No.
I'm making fun of myself. I feel bad for Ian. I feel bad that someone's roaming the earth. Ian Eagle. He's on with Tiki every day at 10 a.m.
That's awesome.
Travis is calling from the Bronx. What's up, Travis?
Hey, Travis.
Gentlemen, how are you?
All's well.
Good.
So I have two trades for the Yankees. One in the short term for this year, and then one long term that I think could work.
All right.
The first for this year only. Salvador Perez from the Royals. I mean, they have Carter Jensen, their rookie, and he's splitting time between DH first base. So if the Yankees really felt the need, they could trade for Perez. I think someone like a Louis Heel and Austin Wells could work for them if they're getting, a backup catcher in return. And then the name that really works, at least for me, Agustin Ramirez, who they traded.
Yeah, they traded him to the Marlins. Yeah, for Jazz. Wasn't he for Jazz Chisholm?
For Jazz.
Yep.
And, he had a great year last year. He's a bat. He can steal some bases, and I think, he got off to a rough start, but he is a very, very good offensive catcher. And I don't necessarily think they need someone like a Pudge Rodriguez, like a defensive stalwart, but I think they need someone who knows how to hit, and I think Ramirez is that guy.
Well, the only thing I would say about Salvador Perez, because you would bring him here to catch.
Yeah.
At 36, is he getting down behind the plate for the rest of the season and catching for you? I think he's assuming Perez is going to go play first, but we've had this conversation multiple times.
No, he's bringing him in as the catcher, and he still catches for the Royals. I mean, he DHs a bunch of games, but he's caught 21 games this season.
Okay.
So he's caught half the season essentially.
Yeah, but he's a half the season catcher. And so that would mean who's catching?
I think the problem with trading for Salvador Perez is that there are certain guys where stop bringing their name up, they're never going to trade him.
Yeah.
He is the captain of the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah. And look, they're having a tough season, but they're not grossly out of anything.
Well, even if they were out of it, because you're right, the American League's bad enough and the AL Central's bad enough. He's one of those guys, he's just never playing for another team.
No.
He's the captain of the team. He's been there through multiple rebuilds.
Yep.
He's 36 years old, so I don't think you're getting a big return even if you decide to trade him. I would just be very surprised if Salvador Perez ever plays a game for a team not named the Kansas City Royals.
I would agree with that.
So I think you almost have to.
He feels like a Royal forever.
He is at this point.
Yeah, he is. You're right.
There's certain guys like that. I felt that way at the end with Yadi Molina in St. Louis. It was like, he's never playing for another team.
No.
It just is what it is. But I do think he's on the right track in terms of they're going to need to add a catcher because Austin Wells has fallen flat on his face.
Yeah.
And it sucks because 2 years ago when he got Rookie of the Year votes, we thought, wow, the Yankees have a catcher.
Yeah, didn't he let off. It was his second year he let off.
He let off for like 2 games.
The season, though.
Yeah,
remember we predicted a home run.
Yeah.
And he was like, Austin Wells is the future at catcher for the Yankees. And it just hasn't been the case this
Sometimes it's tough to predict. I think the Yankees are a great dichotomy of that right now. Austin Wells and Anthony Volpe are the prospects who I think you look around and say, boy, it's just not working. And then you got Ben Rice and Cam Schlittler, who didn't exactly come up as the biggest prospects in the world. And now you feel like Judge and Garrett Cole are handing the reins to those two guys.
I hear you.
They are. Literally, those guys may be Yankees for the next 15 years the way they're producing.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope so. Consistency is what the Yankees have built their tradition on. And some of it is homegrown players, but it's also just building a good team. And so they have a good team. They just have to figure out how to win consistently, especially on the road now this season.
Let's go to Dan in Freehold. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Dan,
what's up? He's been hanging on for a minute.
I feel bad when that
Hello,
happens.
yes.
Oh,
hey, what's
there
up?
you go.
Hey, Dan.
It's about to cut you,
Hey.
too. What's up?
Hey, how are you guys doing today?
We're doing well.
All right, nice. First time caller, long time listener.
I appreciate it.
I'm just wondering, do you think with the FIFA World Cup around the corner, do you think the NFL owners are going to keep the grass, or because I know there's been a big debate on whether turf causes injuries or not?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Evan and I don't know why we started talking about this morning, about the grass stadiums in the NFL. Oh, because Nashville, Tennessee is getting the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the NFL is going to vote on Nashville, the new stadium they're building, getting the Super Bowl. And so immediately, this was an off-air discussion, but we'll bring it on air. The Tennessee Titans and Nashville is going to get the Super Bowl. So immediately I said to Tiki, are they building a dome down there?
Yeah.
And we looked it up, and they are. They're building a dome down there in Tennessee, which is probably why Nashville hasn't had a Super Bowl, and now they're in play to get a Super Bowl, because Nashville kind of feels like it's on the borderline of good weather and bad weather when you're talking about February.
Yes.
And so the NFL probably felt, hey, if we're ever giving a top-notch city like this the bowl, you got to control the weather, and they're doing that with the stadium that's being built.
And so it made me look to see how many, because I don't know off the top of my head, because I feel like there's a lot of grass stadiums, but it's exactly 15. So half of the stadiums, remember there's only 30 stadiums.
Right, because you got the multiples
the Giants and the Jets and the Rams and the Chargers share stadiums. And so there are 15 grass stadiums in the NFL. The Giants aren't one of them. However, I did do a search, because I didn't know off the top of my head.
I'm surprised that it's 15.
I did the grass stadiums. It lists MetLife as a grass stadium.
What?
It does on this AI. It's AI, so AI is confidently
What does that tell
wrong. But it made me wonder, are they making a plan that we don't know about? So there are a couple of teams with domes that do have grass stadiums. One is the Arizona Cardinals, and we all remember that because when they put in the grass stadium in that dome, it was trays, right? They have the trays that slide out, and they get the sun, and they slide back in. Also, Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders Stadium, is a grass stadium as well. So the technology is getting better where you can have a dome and still have grass. And we all know, as he was alluding to, Dan, that last caller, that MetLife Stadium is going to be grass for the World Cup. So is it possible that the MetLife folks are thinking about making it grass? And if they did, it would be great, because the one stadium that every team, almost to a T, complains about, the turf, is MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
And so I would love to see it. I don't think it's in the cards. There's too many events that they do at MetLife Stadium, concerts. And
Is that the ultimate reason?
Because you can't. What do you do? How are you protecting the grass from, I don't know, whatever it is down there, 20,000 people?
But in fairness, like Citi Field has concerts. Citi Field also has soccer. And you see the lines sometimes on the outfield. It's kind of annoying, but it's there.
Right.
And they manage just fine.
I wish they could find a way, because players, meaning football players, want to play on grass.
Well, and I'll tell you another thing, because now you get me all riled up about this. I'll tell you another thing. Between the months of September and January, what events do you have at MetLife Stadium besides football?
Right.
The events we're talking about are during the summer and spring. So is it really impossible to have grass for football and then roll it out or get rid of it, and then it's carpet or whatever it is for everything else, pro wrestling, concerts,
right. The problem,
bull riding?
The problem is when they tried this before, this was Giant Stadium, they used trays, but they were, 8 by 8 trays, and the seams were so bad, like where the trays connected, they would wear out once the weather got a little bit bad, and then you'd actually be stepping in a groove, and so it was dangerous. And so if they could find a solution similar to, the Cardinals do it, right?
It can be done.
The Raiders do it, so it can be done. It just, I don't know if the commitment is fully there yet, but I wish it would be. There are 15 stadiums across the league. They're all the ones that you would think of.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list
grass.
right now. The Commanders, the Buccaneers, the Niners, the Steelers, the Eagles, the Dolphins, the Raiders. I was surprised by that.
Right.
Chiefs, Jaguars, Packers, Broncos, Browns, Bears, Ravens, and Cardinals.
Right.
So it's mostly the outdoor stadiums, but then you got a couple like Arizona and Las Vegas.
I would love that. I just don't think it's happening.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. There's been a lot of talk about, doing it to protect from injuries and whatnot, and it hasn't happened. Let's go to Steve in Massapequa. What's up, Steve?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, fellas, what's going on? Great show as always.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. What's up?
As a Met fan, Ev, I have to laugh a little bit at the caller prior to you guys going to break who said that the Yankees have to be last and leaving guys on base, and then they're actually top 10. That's a perfect microcosm of most Yankee fans who have no idea how good they got it.
They're top 5.
I mean, what else needs to be said?
Right, exactly.
I mean, watch the Mets for 2 weeks. But anyway, I think something that the Mets should really consider, Ev, and I hope that you would agree with this, is the Clay Holmes injury. I heard you say it on the Rico. It's going to be the most devastating injury they've come across this season. I think we all agree with that. And I know it's May and trades don't usually happen, they should call the Colorado Rockies about Jose Quintana, because they're going nowhere. He's probably cheap, and he's going to pitch innings. And I think they just need to get a guy in here who can pitch innings. I don't trust any of the kids in the minor leagues, and I frankly don't trust Tobias Myers or Sharmanaya. So I was wondering if you thought that was potential avenue for them to go, or is there some other way for them to
I think you probably named the realistic trade that one could make in May.
But do you think it happens sooner rather than later?
I think if you call a team that's clearly out of it, a team that knows it's not competing, and you're asking about somebody that doesn't have that much value and is just not that good and doesn't make that much money, it feels easy. It feels like, that's a doable move. Because Jose Quintana is one of those guys that could be DFA'd. So it's not like we're talking about adding a top-line starting pitcher. But I agree with him for this reason. Not only do you have two guys in Sean Manaea and Tobias Myers, A, Sean Manaea just doesn't look like he'd be any good in the rotation. B, Tobias Myers needs to be stretched out. Like, he's been a short reliever. If you look at the pitch counts that he's had over the first few months of the season, he's not ready to be a starting pitcher right now.
No.
And the young prospects that they have, it doesn't feel like they're ready.
Yeah.
I mean, Zach Thornton, I guess, is the number one guy on the list who could be called up. Jonah Tong has struggled down there, so it's not going to be him. Jack Wenninger has pitched well, but you don't want to force a prospect up here.
Right.
You want the guy to be ready.
Cam Schlittler was ready. So
Nolan McLean was ready.
Nolan McLean was ready, and it's you kind of need to see him be dominant in the minors, in AAA in particular, in order to pull that trigger. You don't want to say, "Oh, we have a youth movement going on. Carson Benz is playing great. AJ Ewing is playing great. The karma or whatever the development system down there is going to prepare these guys, and they're going to be fine. They might come up here and be terrible.
Yeah,
and so you don't want to. You're not going to ruin the kid because you wouldn't be." It wouldn't be that high of a prospect if they were going to get ruined by having a bad MLB stint, but you also can't look at it and say that's our answer.
Right.
Definitively. I mean, it could be, but not definitively.
It's one of the issues the Mets are going to face.
100%.
One of the issues they're going to face is right now their rotation features one guy who could actually go deep into a game in Nolan McLean.
Right.
Freddy Peralta will go 5 innings, maybe 5 2/3 innings, but he tops out at 6.
Yeah, and other than that, you're getting the piggyback.
Well, you got the piggyback from David Peterson as a bulk arm. Christian Scott needs to prove he can go more than 5 innings on any kind of consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who's going to fill in that last rotation spot. The Clay Holmes injury on a lot of levels sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked for him. It sucked for the team.
Right.
He has an opt-out, too, so it probably affected his potential free agency.
Agreed. And Kodai, we have no idea.
Who?
Kodai Senga.
I forgot he existed.
He's been bad when he had a couple good starts, but he's been bad, and I don't know. There's an issue with the Mets rotation.
I am not even joking. I forgot Kodai Senga existed. Like, when you just said his name, I was like, holy crap.
Here's the lesson to that, because he's also on my fantasy team. If you're a pitcher on my fantasy team, you're likely going to get hurt.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. By the way, before we go, just want to say congratulations to all the New York City half runners, or the Brooklyn half runners. I ran it this past weekend. It was hot as hell, so congratulations to all those finishers. And I found out something this weekend, Evan. New York Run Runners puts on great events, including the New York City Marathon. The New York City Marathon this year is on the Giants bye week.
How about that?
I might be running it
You're
again.
running?
I might be running it again.
He's running! This is like when Marco Rubio announces he's running. He's running! Tiki's running. Coming up next, the Big Mac Show. Craig's not here, so his name isn't on the show. Sorry. The Big Mac Show is coming up next, and we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m.